A train that's powered by clicking, what more could I want? The faster I click, the faster it goes, up to an incredible speed of 2.5 miles an hour. So let's throw an engineer named Todd into the works. He's pretty much going to be my slave, well, forever. And he's going to look directly into your soul while he's doing it. Todd was born without the ability to blink. That's why he's a train conductor. But at least now I don't really have to click if I don't want to, though Todd needs the help. He goes very slow without my assistance. But I do earn money as I go back and forth. It seems like every time I make it to the edge, it spits out whatever those things are. Those are obviously going to be used for upgrades. Like whatever this is. I guess it's like a bonus round for a minute and a half. Anyways, right now we have a little over $1,000 and 208 trophy points. So we're going to spend $500 of our dollars upgrading the train car. And that means we're going to get 5 plus 5 now. Or we've gone from 1 gold all the way up to 5. Every time we make a trip across the map, an extra 5. So I get the feeling our train is going to get pretty big and ridiculous by the end of today. All while locking eyes with Todd as he slowly makes his way back and forth across the screen. And he's earned a level up, which means this. I think he earns a little more money and he's a little bit quicker. Which is great because he couldn't really get much slower. He's still moving at a hefty 0.5 miles an hour. So we're going to give him a skill called Overdrive, which looks something like this. That means he's moving at about 1 miles an hour. That actually doubles his speed for a little while. And that might not sound like much, but it's going to make a pretty big difference. You can see by the jet engine on it how fast it really is. And since we've hit level 10, we can unlock a new engineer. I'm sick of Todd. Let's try Annabelle. She's a touch slower than Todd, but at least she has a smile on her face. And now that we've hit $580, we can buy another upgrade to our train car. That means we're going to get $10 per rotation. And that's considerable because that's twice as much as we were just making. And currently we're maxing out at about 31 miles per hour. That's as fast as I can click. But I was also able to level up Annabelle, so she gets 1 skill now. Which looks something like this. It's going to give me extra movement for as many taps as it gives me, which I think was 60. And it also zaps her, which is also fun. So basically, it gives me 5% extra speed for every tap that I do. So we get 10 coins every time we cross the screen. We currently have 200. We need 1,000. And I just realized for the first time ever that I could actually move on to stage 6, which is a fun desert. So this entire time, I should have been working my way through the levels. But when you're stupid like me, these are the kind of things that happen. Also, I notice I'm moving a little bit slower. I think that's just the effect of getting further into the game. This one... Oh, it's a challenge to get across in time. I get it. Well, luckily she's up to the challenge because we have 3 seconds to spare. And we get $2,000 for that. Which I'm going to put directly into making her life even more miserable than it already is. We're going to add a rail car. There's a lot of things we could have done. She needs to be pulling, let's add 2 rail cars. Max cart limit exceeded. Well, if she's not up to the task, we can just unlock Radley, who's probably a much better choice anyways. I'm assuming they get better the higher level they are, so we're just going to take Radley. Because at least I don't have to make eye contact with them. But also, we're going to upgrade our first rail car to level 4 and then level 5, because look how much extra money it's going to give me. Then Radley's going to struggle a little bit to pull all this, but that's a problem for him. Every trip across the screen is getting me about $22 now, which is a considerable increase. We've earned another $1,000, so we're going to upgrade Radley because I think he's ready for it. So that means he's adding extra money. Then I'm also going to spend $500 upgrading my level 1 cart because that's going to go from making 1 coin per pass to 4. So it's going to make 5 times as much money. And then while we're at it, we might as well upgrade it one more time. So this one's making 10, this one's making 20, we'll be making 30 every pass plus Radley's bonus. So now we're making 33 every pass. And while we're making Bradley slave away for our profit, we're going to move into a new change of scenery. That way you have something different to look at. This level is interesting though because it's much wider. You got to go all the way over here to cross it. And that's obviously not nearly as profitable because it takes extra time. So let's go back to here. And there's $2,500. That means we can upgrade our engine. So it's going to go a little bit quicker. At least in another 30 seconds once the timer runs out. Oh, and Idiot Stick leveled up again. How about that? Now he has a skill to increase overall gold yield by 10%. And our little upgrade is complete. Now it looks like this. So now he only has to shovel coal. He doesn't know how good he has it. So now it moves at about 1 mile per hour by itself. And if I give it some help, it's cruising along at 40 miles per hour. So it goes 10 miles an hour faster. So let's really put Radley to work and start making our way through the harder levels again. The big money seems to be at every 5 levels where you get the bonuses, so as long as he can physically do it, we're gonna do it. So this will be the big test. Can we make it all the way across in 18 seconds? I think we probably can. I haven't made Radley slave away for all this time for nothing. Yeah, that was actually easy. We're clearly ahead of the game. There's an easy $3,000. So let's just keep on trucking to see what the next one has for us. We should be able to beat that one too. Also, I'm going to use his power to get us some extra money potentially. And we have some new scenery. Now we have Radley shoveling coal in the rain, and that really just makes me happy. This one's got a lot of uphill, which does seem to slow us down a little bit at times, but we're just going to keep on trucking. Here's level 20, so that means it's a challenge. We have 17 seconds to make it across. I think we'll be all right. In fact, I'm even going to activate this thing along the way. 10 seconds left. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're about 3/4 of the way there. That was still easy. And we're going to get the money. $4,000. So we're going to go ahead and add an entire second engine for $5,000. And that means I can add more cars. But I need to add an engineer for that, so Annabelle's going to jump on that one. Then I'm going to add another rail car and hopefully be able to level that one up at least once. That way it's making at least some money twice. So this one's making 10, that one's making 10, that one's making 20. Now we have 2 idiots on a train. And we're making almost $50 per journey already, and that number's only going to go up from here. Those sparkles really add to the magic. And I love how they just don't have a choice. It's a brutal sandstorm, things are sparkly, they're there just shoveling and pumping away. Nothing they can do, they gotta make me money. Oh, and looks like both the idiots are due for a level up, so I'm gonna level up both of them. Because now his ability is gonna get us even more gold. And here's the next challenge level, 17 seconds to make it across. And we're gonna make it look easy with 3 seconds left to spare. That's given me another $5,000, so I'm gonna add a rail car for 2. Can I add another rail car? Cool, I've got lots of rail cars now. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade those as I can, because those are just gonna make me more money. That one we can't do yet, but soon. Now they have to work in this snow. At least it's downhill. But I do feel like carrying all this extra weight might slow me down a little bit. Plus, when I have a train this long, you gotta wait for the whole train to get off screen before it's considered finishing the level. Before moving on to the challenge level, I'm leveling this up. That way they're all at least pulling their own weight. And then hopefully this one is worth a ton of money. Nice and flat so far. We're gonna make it, but it's gonna be a little bit tighter than the last few. We might be overdue for some upgrades at this point. Oh, we might not make it. We just made it in. $6,000. So before powering through this blizzard, let's go back to level like 1 where it's nice and short and we can make quick money here back and forth. But before doing much of anything, I want to make sure they're all making at least $10 per pass. And probably also upgrading my other engine. That's going to take a minute to do, but that's going to help me move faster and add more carts, which is going to mean more money quicker. Speaking of which, 1, 2, 3, almost 4. Which means at least an extra $20 per pass. And that's going to add up because we're doing a lot of passes. Because I don't believe in giving these guys breaks. I'm now getting a little over $100 per pass, so that's going to add up really quickly. And her new and improved engine is done, so she'll move faster, my clicking will move it faster, plus we can get extra cars if we want them. But they're pretty expensive, so we're going to hold off on that. Looks like we can still hold 41, 42 miles per hour. And I just realized I'm well past level 50, so I'm going to unlock Carly, who seems like she has a 5% money bonus and a 5% time bonus, so we're going to remove Annabelle and replace her with Carly. And I think with that little exchange, we're good to keep on trucking. We should be able to complete the next level thanks to our increased engine. As long as there's not too many hills. The hills slow me down a lot right now, probably because of all the cars. Okay, coming into the challenge level, and I've got $3,000. So if we pass this, we'll have quite a bit of money to play with afterwards. So far so good. Luckily it was mostly downhill for some reason, so that certainly makes it easy. And there's $7,000, so that's going to put us over 10 for the first time. And Carly leveled up, so that means extra stats everywhere, including extra click bonus. And for now, I'm going to spend $1,500 to unlock another slot because I want an extra ability. Like this one, Gold Rains from Above, 1% chance to drop up to 5 gold coins per second. And Radley's gold boost has increased, so now I'm getting an extra 118%. So we're going to go back to the basic levels and save up just a little more money. And here's what it looks like when it's raining coins. That's actually going to make a pretty big difference to my money. I guess it has to hit the train for them to count. I'm not really sure. Whatever the case, that's a lot of money. Yeah, so it feels like it's just a steady stream of money at this point, and basically it is. Things are getting expensive, so this is a nice touch. And we've quickly made over $12,000, so I'm going to upgrade this locomotive to level 3. It's going to take 3 minutes, but it's going to be worth it. While we're waiting, maybe we'll, I don't know, make more money. And in the 3 minutes it took to upgrade this, we made another $8,000 already. So we're making money at a pretty good rate. So let's go ahead and add another rail car and level it up so it's actually going to make me some money. Along with a few others. I'm making money in the background right now because it's still raining money. And my gold rain skill is ready to level up. Now there's a 2% chance to drop up to 5 gold. So just like that, we're making even more money. And even with all of these cars, we're hitting up to 46 miles an hour. And Carly has leveled up again, so that means even more everything. And let's spend some of this $5,000 upgrading some more cars. Every click means an extra 5 gold per pass. We'll start back at the front and work our way backwards again. And I'm not really sure how much we're making per pass right now. It depends on if it's raining gold or not, but it's in the hundreds for sure. This one, for example, was almost 1,000. By the time the train passed across the screen, it was $1,000. We pretty quickly saved up another $12,000, so that means I can upgrade another engine. That's going to make me move faster, and you get the drill. And in the 3 minutes that's going to take to upgrade, we're probably going to make over $10,000 again. For some reason, it just threw me into this because an exclamation mark popped up at the top of the screen, so I'm not sure if there's like a limit as to how soon you have to do these things, but it just kind of threw me in here. This level's a lot of downhill, but we might still not be quick enough. Uh-oh. We failed. Okay, so what happened there apparently is it tried to get me to do level 100 for some reason when I hadn't done anywhere near that yet. We're still way back here somewhere. I guess that's probably just because we hit level 100. So if we try level 60, there should be some money waiting for us at the end of this if we can do it. And did that count? Level failed. It was so close. This time I am going to use my auto clicker just to give me that little bit of extra speed I suspect we need. 2 seconds left, but I gotta get the whole train through there. It's always so close. And we did it! $12,000. I also probably should have upgraded her train before doing that. The next upgrades for these are gonna cost over, well, about $60,000, and that's really a lot of money. I'm gonna upgrade the train cars for now. Probably a few times over, because these are really just gonna start to make a lot of money for me. So also, let's try level 65. This should be worth even more money. And with my other upgraded engine, we should be able to squeak through this one. Considering it didn't add any other weight, we just simply made the train more powerful. And that's not so bad. And it's giving me $13,000. But since these are all easy money, let's go back and do 55. It won't be quite as much money, but it's still going to be many thousands that I can put right back into the train. This one is actually kind of hard. While we're at it, let's do 45. That was easy, an easy $9,000. We're up to $50,000 now, so let's make a little more. $8,000, and we've done level 35 already, so we gotta work our way forwards again. But I can upgrade another engine. It's gonna take me 8 minutes and cost $58,000, but I think it's probably worth it. And Radley is once again ready to level up. And we can unlock Fred. Fred's pretty good at everything. Yeah, he gets a boost to everything, so he's going to be pretty tempting to use. But I don't really like his skills. These two seem to make more money, so we're going to stick to them for now. Plus, both of their skills get a level up. Increase overall gold yield by 173%. And she's going to get a 3% chance to rain gold now. So, for 8 minutes while we're waiting for the engine to upgrade, we're going to sit here and just make a gross fortune on level 1. The coins that are falling from the sky seem to be worth a lot. Some of them are worth 40 with a plus 80 bonus, so $120 per coin. There was a time when I would have struggled just to make $120. While we were waiting for a beautiful engine to be completed, we saved up $67,000. The next upgrade for that thing is going to cost $283,000. That's going to get expensive quickly. So for now, let's just upgrade our other locomotive, and then we're going to upgrade all of the cars at least one more time for extra money. I should probably also be adding more cars in behind too, because that's just going to mean even more money. Though they are getting pretty expensive themselves, $5,600 for a single car. Next one's going to be $8,000, but they will make that money back in no time. So the train is now going up to 50 miles an hour, and the coins are often giving me 45 plus 90 bonus, so 135 each. And I haven't even added another car yet. Now I have 8 cars level 10 or better, so that means the money is pretty easy at this point. Like I've already saved up another $20,000 and I don't even know what to spend it on. And there's her upgrade now complete. We made $65,000 while we were waiting. So let's start working our way forward again. We haven't done level 7 yet, but we're about to. Pretty sure between these two upgraded engines we'll be able to cruise right across pretty well problem free. We're holding 63 miles per hour when it's flat and 75 miles per hour downhill with 3 seconds to spare, $14,000. But that was still a little bit closer than I would have liked. So I don't know if we're going to get all the way through 100 without upgrading the engines again. Level 75, so far so good. The engines are making things move. Even this one's not going to be done with a great deal of extra time. Level 80 might be okay depending on how flat it is. 65 miles an hour with a little bit of downhill, so I think we'll be okay. I hope. So there's another $16,000 for me. And Carly has once again leveled up. I already don't like how level 85 looks. When it starts with a hill, that usually slows me down quite a bit. The engines are fast, but maybe not that fast. Kind of like a roller coaster. I think we'll be okay on this one, but not by a ton. There's $17,000. Level 90, we're hoping for the best. I'm sad that it's not raining or snowing on them at any point in this. And we're good. Level 95 might be a different story, but we're going to do our absolute best. Holding 60 miles per hour, that might be fast enough. Though, I'm not really sure. It's got to be close. Whoops, didn't mean to click on that. We did it. 95 success. That leaves only level 100, so we're going to see if we can manage. I did notice it only gave us 10 seconds to do this level, so I'm not sure if it's a shorter level or there's just way less time. Oh, it's got to be close. Did we do it? It was so close. I want to try that again just because I think we might be able to sneak it in with a few extra clicks. I've got my auto clicker on and I'm clicking as fast as I can. Hopefully we can do this. It was so close. 3, 2, I think we got it this time. We did it. $20,000. So at this point we can prestige, which gives us $20,000 and 105 diamonds, which I don't know anything about, or go to the next stage. So it looks like we just start over. I just assume the boss levels are even harder again. And my gold rain has a level up. So let's see what the level 5 boss level is like. So far that's pretty easy. It gives us way too much time to do that. So hopefully there's a big reward. Okay, so there's the same reward there was last time. $2,000. Since that's not a great reward, I've got an idea. How many carts do you think we're allowed to add right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we can probably upgrade them quite a few times. Can we get all of them to level 10? We can get them all to level 10. Now what's the highest we can get out of a single one? 136 coins per trip just out of one car. So now we're making even more money than ever before with a train that stretches all the way across the screen, at least on the short levels. Look at that money jumping up already. There's 7,000. As long as the money rain is on, it seems like it's several $1,000s for every trip across the screen at least. So I'll maybe let this happen for about a week and then we'll see how much money we have. Today, I'm going to make myself a trillionaire in the wisest way possible, with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
At least I have an RV to start out in. Would probably be further ahead cooking meth, but cryptocurrency is probably as smart. But it's time for our first miner for $60. Now I don't even have to tap, but I'm still going to because $130 is not enough to retire on. Now we can get into the crypto since we made $500. That's a minimum requirement. So if we invest $300, every tap gets us $2 instead. And to fuel all this activity, we have our very own power pole now, plus we just stole $30 from a truck. Armed robbery along with crypto investing. So basically if I'm tapping as fast as I can, we're in $13 to $15 a second range. But I don't like manually clicking a lot because I'm lazy, so we're going to buy the passive income. After spending $700 on that, we're up to $6 per second. Now I don't have to tap it if I don't want to. So then let's invest almost another $1,000 into this, and now we're up to $9 per second. And that means if I'm tapping as fast as I can, we're up to $23 a second. Okay, after hijacking another vehicle, we're up to about $2,800. So we're now going to upgrade our tapping skills. And we've basically doubled our tapping value. So even now at a pretty hardy tapping rate, we're up to $37 a second. If I really get aggressive with it, I can get up to $50 a second, but I'm not going to do that often. Maybe this crypto stuff really is worth it. I made $2,100 in 10 seconds. And now that I made $2,400, we can level this up one more time, and I'm pretty sure that gets me close to Bitcoin. And we can also use the PC now for $1,000. That's going to give us an extra 4 per second, so we're going to do that twice. $18 a second now for doing nothing at all. We have the tapping to that, we could probably get it over 100. And there's $4,800, so we're going to level this up one more time. Now we get all Serum. So now we're getting $12 per tap, which puts our money way up. There's $150 a second plus a golden motorcycle. Oh, plus I have super value tapping, so we're making like $1,000 per tap. So this is a huge increase. I probably should have tried a little harder at that. I just couldn't be bothered. $85,000 though. So we're going to buy a few more little upgrades. This is going to add a little bit. This is going to add a lot more. So that's adding 1 per second. This is adding 4 per second, 5 per second. Then I can also buy a crypto cloud. That's going to add 20 per second. I think if I was making $214 a second, I'd probably move out of my RV. I did, however, buy a car and a satellite dish. Plus I have a free spin that'll hopefully make me even richer. That looks pretty good. Receive cash worth 4,000 times your miner income per second. $854,000. Oh, because we almost made ourselves into a millionaire, we got to move into the suburbs, where we still get to hijack vehicles. So now what do I spend all my money on? A high-end graphics card? $300,000 for a graphics card? That must be a good one. That's going to add 91 per second all by itself. So I'm going to spend the rest of my money on this one. Now we're making $862 a second. And if I tap enough, that'll go over $1,000 per second, which is pretty good money. But I still need to get binary coins, so I'm going to start upgrading my clicking again. So now we're making $18 per click. So it doesn't take long at all to make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but that's not trillions. A little boost, however, did just earn us $81,000, so we're up to 150 total. So let's get one of those. One more level and we get binary coin. Oh, and we get 100 times tap boost for 20 seconds, so once we start that...
My finger's gonna be very tired after this one.
But there's $600,000, so we're going to upgrade this again. And now we have our binary coin, so now we get many more per click, $52 per click. Plus, we're going to upgrade our graphics card one more time, so we're making $2,000 per second. The real value in this game is hijacking vehicles, so every time we touch those things, we get huge bonuses. And those are only going to get bigger as we go, because they're based off of our base earnings. I feel like to progress, I've got to unlock the interstellar coin. That's going to get expensive though, because these upgrades are already $600,000. So I don't know if I even want to do these ones. But I'm pretty sure if I upgrade this PC a few more times, it's actually going to triple its output to 337 per second. So that's huge. Would like to do the same with the rest of these miners, but it's going to be a while before we have that much money. And after making millions, tens of millions of dollars, we can afford house decorations like shrubs. And then when I'm feeling particularly rich, I can spend $318 million to write a crypto book. And I just got some kind of boost to my miners. So I'm making about $100,000 per second right now, which is great because I really needed the money. I was feeling a little broke. And then we also have one of these, receive cash worth 150 times. So there's another 650,000 on top of my huge amounts of money I'm making currently. But thanks to this boost, I can also buy an ASIC miner. That's going to put me up to $132,000 per second with these boosts. So I might as well buy all of these that I can also, because I'll just get paid back basically instantly for these. So I'm okay with that kind of movement. The boost wore off and I'm down to a paltry $7,000 per second. I looked away for what felt like 10 seconds and I've got $5.2 million to spend. Should I try upgrading my tap more? I don't really want to. I just feel like I'm going to miss out on something good if I don't. And I'm out of money anyway, but I'm pretty sure one more level gets better taps, and my taps are now getting $88, so it's actually pretty good. And I actually have a quest to buy 6 crypto cloud, and that's not actually as expensive as I thought it would be. It took me from $500 to $1,500 per second. So my base income right now is about $12,000 a second. And because I bought the 6 crypto clouds, I received cash worth 300 times my miner income, so there's $3.5 million. And after making all this money, we bought ourselves a sports car. We make like $10 million an hour when we bought a single sports car. Decided to relax for a minute and that brought us up to $13.7 million and that really adds up quick. So we're going to upgrade our tapping. Now we have interstellar coin. So every time we touch this now, $203. And I realized if I go like this, I can actually tap like 40 something times a second. So that adds up quickly when I want to bother to do this. Which, I won't lie to you, isn't very often. I'm just going to keep buying these things because these give me the most money. The crypto cloud is actually the best one right now. It costs a little bit more than a high-end graphics card, but it gets me 3 times as much. But that's also why I should upgrade the high-end graphics card. So we'll work our way towards level 25, it's just going to be a minute. And I'm going to use the USB miner, which is still quite cheap, to hopefully get to level 50 and confirm where the next upgrade lies. And I do like this wheel that shows up once in a while. Receive a 22 times miner boost for 50 seconds. So for a few minutes we're going to make $573,000 a second. I'll take it. And we get extra tap value too, so this is going to be a high earning minute. And we can get our last 2 levels for the USB, which is going to triple its output again, so we're up to 10,000 per second just on it. And that's pretty good. We've got $30 million to spend already, so that's going to add up quickly. I'm going to try and do the high-end graphics card to level 25 next, because that's going to be a big boost once we finally get there. Only 4 more levels. And we're up to $33,000 per second, so that's lots. We're getting so close to level 25 for the graphics cards. 2 more levels, gonna be almost $20 million more. Okay, we saved up the $20 whatever million we're gonna need to do this. So 1 and 2. That boosted from 2,000 up to almost 7,000 per second. I also just realized that if I boost the offline earnings, I actually get a boost for the online earnings as well for an hour. So something like this, that actually gives me a lot of income. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade because why wouldn't we? And even then we can supercharge it at some point once they get high enough, so we can get all the way up to an extra 100% income. So we're going to do the same with the next thing we're about to unlock because that's just going to give us more and more earnings. Hopefully I don't need those gems for anything else. I have a quest right now to buy 3 PCs, so that's nice and easy. Now we get an 80 times tap boost for 10 seconds, which will work out to quite a bit. And then I earn $305,000 by tapping, so that means I get another boost. So off we go. And that gave us about $30 million. Why is there a tank going down the road? Oh, okay. Well, there's a free $20 million, which means we get a chill out area. Better be nice for $20 million. And after a few more boosts, we're up to $55 million to spend, which is almost enough for the next something, but I should probably upgrade the ASIC miner before doing anything. Not entirely sure of this, but it's got the boosts anyway, so I might as well let it rip. We only got 8 levels of it, but that put us up to about $90,000 per second. I'm also curious to see what a crypto upgrade would do right now. So we're making $406 per click. Once we spend $10 million there, we're making $658. That's like a 50% boost. So I guess it just depends on how much I want to actually click. When we're doing this, we're up to about $200,000 a second. But without it now, we're up to $180,000 a second anyway, so we're not going to bother too much with that. I'm just going to keep getting my ASIC miner a little bit closer to level 25. And I got a reward to get a whole bunch of cars automatically delivering me a bunch of money. So we'll just sit back and let the money roll in. One of those cars jumped off like $50 million all by itself. We have $270 million now. So I guess we'll buy more of these ASIC miners. We're going to run out of money very quickly buying these. But we put ourselves up to $241,000 a second. Oh, it's a gaming PC that's next. $62 million for a gaming PC. I'm all about it. That's going to give me $1,845 for each level. And we have a quest for 2 high-end graphics cards. That's only going to be about $25 million. So we're going to do that because that's going to give us a nice reward. 6 cars in a row, and these can be pretty valuable. Everything was a basic reward with the exception of the last one, which is still not a great one compared to what it could have been, but we're still going to make lots of money with it. And because we tapped 6 vehicles, apparently that was a quest, so now we're making $6 million per second. So we're just going to let that run out quite nicely. Oh, we're making $6 million a second for the next 40 seconds, so I might as well also spin this wheel and hope for some kind of big bonus too. Receive cash worth 300 times your miner's income per second. Hopefully those multiply off each other. Whatever the case, there's $160 million. So we get a doghouse. Doesn't come with a dog though. Since we're making all this money, let's try and get the ASIC miner up to level 25. It's still going to take one more click, but that's going to come pretty quickly. At least I hope it is. We're going to run out of time. There's 1 more second left. We're up to $123 million plus some extra tapping bonus. And was that enough to do it? It actually was. So the ASIC miner is going to go from 10,000 per second to 30,000 per second, which puts us at 600,000 per second overall. Okay, we also just got a tap 100 times for 20 seconds, so we're going to take advantage of that because that put us up to $4.8 million per second. This one's not going to last a hugely long time, but I'm going to take advantage of that because this is just really easy money. Well, it gave us another $135 million to work with. The next quest is to upgrade my tap to level 19, so there. And then I receive cash with 150 times my miner income. So there's $90 million. Plus my tap is now worth $2,800. And if I touch this one more time, we get a new coin. And my earnings per second is 1.2 million. So yeah, these coins do upgrade the base value as well. The better the base value, the higher the multiplier. Because we went from like $600,000 to 1.2 million. And that means with like any booster at all, we're up to $26 million per second. And for the first time, we've made over $1 billion. And we're still living in the same little house. Don't even have a dog yet. I guess next I'm going to try and upgrade my gaming PC. I could buy a mining rack. I feel like it's not going to be worth it. I feel like it's going to be cheaper to buy 7 of these. We managed to get that all the way to level 12, so we're up to $1.8 million per second, and I get 9 cars in a row, which are probably going to give me some pretty good rewards. Even the basic ones now give me $50 million. If they want to give me more, that's fine too. Some of them gave me 260, so we're up to $1.5 billion. I'm not tight on money anymore, he says, as he's worth $1.5 billion. So I guess I should probably upgrade my coin again, if I can. Well, there's 2 levels of it. And since I upgraded my tap to level 22, I'm about to get 100 times boost for 20 seconds. So that's going to put my earnings per second up to $100 million. $100 million per second. Wouldn't that be nice? Which leaves us with 2.7 billion, and we now get a garden. These upgrades are getting expensive though. There's 1.2, the next one's going to be 2.5, the one after that's probably going to be like 5, so I'm going to need 7.5 billion to get the next coin. In the meantime, I can always work on my gaming computer, and then whatever else I want really, because I'm rich. I can try and get my old PC up to level 50. There we go, now it's making $2,000 a second, and that just tipped us over $2 million per second naturally. I now have a quest to tap 450 times. So that should go down pretty quickly, and then we'll get some kind of nice booster off of that. Plus I got the cars coming in again, and they auto unload so I don't have to touch them, so that's pretty great. They're not giving me a ton yet, but $60 million is nothing to complain about. And there's my 400 something taps. That's going to give me 9 cars in a row again. And then I got another booster. I'm pretty much living on these boosters, so I'm up to $45 million a second. So that means I'm going to buy another one of these, $5 billion for the next one. We have $1 billion right now. Plus my tap is worth $64,000. Oh, plus I can finally write my crypto book for only $318 million. Why wouldn't I? I'm not entirely sure what that did, but that's fine. Oh, and because we got $111 million by tapping, we got rewards from our rewards. 300 times my miner income, so there's $700 million. So let's upgrade our coin from Bitcoin Flash to blockchain saw coin. So now our base income is 4.2 million per second, and every click is worth $214,000. So the money is still rolling in. Normally in games it starts to slow down a little bit. This one's really holding its pace. Or passively, $10 million a second, and growing. Okay, better make that $11 million a second. Plus we get to spin the wheel. This game just gets you addicted to all the numbers and money. Again and again and again, and I'm all about it. Like this, now we get 100 times tap boost for 20 seconds, which is going to put us up probably close to $1 billion per second. $800 million per second, I could live with that for a little while. That's going to help us get some of those expensive upgrades. Okay, that brought us up to about $16 billion, so we're definitely one of the richest people in the world. And we now have roof solar panels because we need to save on electricity. So these are add-ons apparently that I can add to my stuff. 20% increased production. So we can add 20% to this, and that's going to be a huge boost of 30,000 per second. So we're going to go ahead and spend 15 gems to open another one of those boxes to hopefully get an epic booster. This is a unique common, 5% boost production of all miners. I could live with that. So there's $13.3 million per second without doing anything at all. It's getting hard to know what to upgrade any further. So we're going to buy a mining rack. That's going to give me 8,000 per second. Then we're also going to buy a supercomputer just because we can. That's going to give me 40,000 per second. The gaming PC is supposed to be a supercomputer. That's what the game doesn't understand. But let's start working on this mining rack. It's extraordinarily expensive. I should start paying attention to what the quests really are because they tend to be pretty good. We're making $20 million a second. And we also just got 2.5 billion from a cash reward. And now we get 6 cars in a row as well. The money just really, you don't have to work for it. I hardly know what to upgrade anymore. Everything makes me so much money, but it's all getting so expensive. I've got $30 billion to spend, so I'm going to go for mining racks for now. We got that to level 16. We're up to almost $25 million per second. The next quest is tapping 1,200 times. That's actually going to go by really, really quick. 1,200 taps done, we get 300 times bonus, so there's another $6 billion. So that means we get the next coin level at least. So now our taps are worth $600,000. And then our reward is getting 100 times boost. So now we're making $60 million per tap, and we're tapping a lot. We're currently making $2 billion per second for the next 11 seconds. Which leaves us with $45 billion plus a wheel spin. We spin that and we get a 22 times miner boost. I think we got double that also. So $520 million per second right now. And buying 28 PC is going to get us a boost. But before doing that, I want better coins potentially. What does it mean by 28 PC? Does it mean gaming PC? Nope, it means regular old PC. Do we have to buy 28 of these? Is that right? Yep, I can see it counting down in the background. I don't know how much money I'm spending on this, but I don't really care because we get whatever this is. $3 billion boost. The next quest is tapping 5 vehicles, and that seems like it's going to be pretty easy to do. We also get a sailboat now because we're finally starting to splurge just a little. In saying that, I'm going to spend some of my $35 billion on these another 5 levels. Those get doubled. And I've still got a boost for 30 seconds. We're currently making $600 million a second. So we'll be able to afford some nice things fairly quickly. Plus we get a nice little boost to $7 billion. So 3 more levels there, which will be worth about $50 billion. Which we're about halfway there already. Plus a little boost there. $26 billion out of the probably 50 that we need. Next, it wants us to tap $1.3 billion. That will take a little while, so I'm going to wait for a booster to dive into that. Or, like usual, I'm going to get impatient waiting and just start diving into it anyway, hoping that it'll get done. We only have 900 million left. And the booster is just about done, the quest rather, which will get us a booster. And we get 150 times cash reward. But it's probably enough to get us... Oh, we're 2 billion away. This wheel spin might get us there, though. Well, now I've got enough, so this is going to go from $200,000 to $650,000 per second. Next quest is to buy 4 gaming PCs for about $10 billion. I lost count. Is that it? Now I get cash worth 300 times my miner per second, which is $15 billion. Another simple tap quest is done, and now we get 150 times value plus a box. Anything good? 5% increase production of the next 5 miners below. Well, fittingly, we could put that right here, and the 5 miners below it are all very good ones. So we're up to about $60 million per second. And the next upgrade here is only $80 billion. 160 billion and we'll get our next coin. And that's not really going to take long at all because we're already up to about $60 billion of that. Plus we have a quest complete, so there's another 7.5 billion, plus a spinny wheel, which will get us just a little. Now I have a quest to tap 500 times, but because I can use 6 fingers at once, we're going to get there very quickly, plus that car. But we had to do, was it 500 taps, 600 taps? Whatever the case, we're just about there already. And I'm not even trying that hard. I'm being a little bit lazy about this still. But for that lazy effort, I now get $7.5 billion. Okay, and I just got a 100 times tap boost for a few seconds, so we're now making $6 billion per second. Well, let's call it between 5 and 6 because I'm inconsistent, but that's lots of money. We're at $150 billion total. We still have 7 seconds left at $5 billion per second, so that's going to be lots of money. Plus, I get some automatic cars in a row, which is never a bad one because they just dump off money. So I think we can afford our next coin, so that's going to take us from 58 million per second up to $112 million per second. And every time I tap, I get $4.6 million. So even with a very moderate booster, we're getting $186 million per click, and there's a lot of clicks happening. $7 billion a second. That's a new record for us. More supercomputers it is. I bought a lot more of those than I thought I would be able to afford. $150 million per second without doing anything at all. Okay, this will be the big one. We've got 100 times boost now after all these upgrades. So what's this going to bring us up to? $20 billion per second. Well, I'm seeing $18 billion per second on the high end, which seems like lots of money to me, considering we started out at $1 per second, which is actually still a lot now that I think about it. Okay, so whatever the case, we just made $364 billion in like a few seconds. So just imagine what we're going to be able to do next time. We've got $10 and a dream. And the first step is adding a shaft to that dream. And that shaft comes with a very happy, shiny man. So that means we've officially hit level 1. Or at least once we put him to work, he's going to work his way over to level 1, and he unlocked another shiny man. Okay, that's the elevator man. Once this guy digs the crap out of the ground, he carries it over to the other shiny man, who then transports it to the surface, presumably where the other guy's going to go ahead and pick it up. I just need to be here to click on things continually. Do you think they're hiding some incredible pain behind those smiles? I'd wager they are, because they work for me. And there's my first $42. I would buy some upgrades, but I want to make these guys suffer for a little bit first. You, back to work. He's going to keep working because we've got a long ways to dig. I'm sure there's some good stuff down here somewhere. If this is magma, I want them to dig straight into it and then continually throw themselves into it. Once he's piled up this last bit of stuff, we're going to send $100 to the surface, which we're going to sell, and then we're going to see what we can buy for $140 something. Maybe some less creepy idiots to run my mines for me. So for $13, we can upgrade. We can upgrade again for 17, upgrade again for 23. I guess I might as well upgrade as far as I can for now. There is Mineshaft 1 level 6, which means he has a higher capacity, faster mining speed, and his total extraction is making me more money now. And we can buy another ghost. So he's now making about $34 every time he digs out of the ground, and a manager. That way someone can do the work for me and I can just not be here anymore. At least I'm assuming that's what a manager does. Hire manager. Not enough cash, right? We actually have to sell it before we're allowed to buy stuff. You get to work. I don't really know why they need instruction to do their one and only job again and again and again, but apparently they do. $100, give me the manager. This is Glenn Gravely. He has an effect of 3 times mining speed boost. That sounds great. Go ahead and use that now. Work away. Okay, hiring the manager was clearly worth it. He only cost $100 and he's already made my miner mine $100, and it's been 15 seconds. But how long is he gonna have that smile on his face for? If he doesn't earn me a lot of money in the next 2 seconds, I'm throwing him into a volcano. I guess he did pretty good. There's $672, so I'm gonna hire managers for these other idiots, as long as they're not too expensive. Can he only take so much at a time? Didn't realize that was a thing. That's okay. I've never seen someone so happy to push a cart of rocks around. How much is your manager? $100? Okay, can we get that sold already? Thank you. So we're gonna get Bob Burger. He's gonna do whatever he does, and then we're gonna hire whoever this guy is, Rudy Rodman. Now we're at that fun part where I don't have to do anything anymore, because my idle cash seems to be at about 50 cents per second. I accidentally touched a man and now he's glowing. I'm not really sure what he does, so let's go ahead and try and activate the other power because we might as well. Wow, look at him go now. He's so quick. But he doesn't really have anything to take back and forth. But one could conclude that if you're going to be working for me, you're probably going to be pushing an empty cart around a lot. But we've now made over $1,000, so let's level up again. Let's see if we can get this up to level 10. Thanks to that simple upgrade, we're now making 3 times as much passively. We're up to $1.5 a second. The next shaft is going to cost $2,600. That shouldn't take us long to make, but also I'm going to upgrade this because at level 25, it gets another special upgrade. And for now, it's just going to make me more money anyways. Upgrading the next 10 levels is going to cost $5,760. I also need to pay special attention to my elevator manager. Not because he's the elevator manager, but because his skill is minus 40% upgrade costs. And I just realized I have 2 idiot tunnelers now, who I'm going to turn super speed thanks to the glowing manager. And there we go, a short speed boost later, we're up to $8,200, which means we can buy the 10 upgrades we need to get him making us more money, which puts us up to about $4 per second. And since we have an extra 3 grand, let's upgrade the elevator to level 3 apparently. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really paying attention to how much that costs. But that's alright because we're gonna make this manager glow, which should make upgrades cheaper, but apparently not the new shaft. It will make upgrades like this a little bit cheaper, but I don't want upgrades there. I need my new shaft to make more money right now. There we go. So now not only do we have cash as a currency, we have super cash, which I don't want right now. I want this idiot to get to work and that's all I want. Plus, it just awarded me 2 times income for 1 hour for all mines, so we're gonna take advantage of that. That's gonna help to jump me ahead. Especially once I buy a manager for this idiot, only $200. We buy... Okay, we can buy managers without using them apparently. They probably have different skills. I'm not too worried about that yet. Now we're starting to make some money. I'm not sure if my elevator guy can even make it to level 2 right now, but we'll figure that out as we go. I swapped out my shaft 2 manager because she has the power to make the miners walk faster. Even if it's only for a minute and a little short walk, it's worth it. We're also going to upgrade this miner. Maybe not. They're pretty expensive to mine. We're going to leave them alone for a minute. What I am going to upgrade is my elevator guy as many times as I can, because I really need to find a way to get him down to shaft 2. Okay, he does make his way down to shaft 2 automatically when shaft 1 is empty. But that's okay. Things will work out. He's moving money for now. I'm going to keep upgrading him so he can carry as much money as possible to the surface, but he's doing his thing automatically. $6,000 later and I can make him hit level 10. That should give him a pretty good boost to help me move more of that money to the surface. And yeah, look at him go now. That's much better. He's taking $16,000 in one single load to the top. Now I've got to upgrade Happy Cart Guy to be able to carry more money across that way, because $1,000 at a time is not good enough. At least with those upgrades he can carry 2,300. So the faster he goes, the faster he pays for his own upgrades to make me more money. We're already up to $43 a second. We're at 50 cents a second not that long ago. And there we are, Idiot's gonna hit level 10, and I just realized his next boost is at level 20, so that's a little ways away. For now, he's going to take that many upgrades, and that's just going to have to be good enough for now. And just like that, we're up to $57,000 because Idiot's actually carrying a considerable amount across his screen finally. $14,400 at a time. So that means we can upgrade our Shaft 2 miner because he's going to start to make me some pretty big money pretty quickly. And we got him all the way to level 10 already. So let's get him a few more upgrades. That little investment put me up to $160 a second, which quickly gives me almost $100,000. So let's put another shaft in. And we don't want this. Okay, just for fun, I did end up watching the ad, and it gave me $96 million. So I feel like I've got a surplus of money suddenly, and I don't really know what to do with all that money. So we're going to put a manager on him mining dirt. We're up to $158 a second. And because I don't actually really want a giant surplus of money right now, I'm going to spend the entirety of that money on my level 1 miners. They're going to get 68 levels, but that's probably worth it. Now, well, they're still making way too much money right now, but that's okay. I don't want to spend that kind of money and jump myself too far ahead, though they're making like $300,000 a second still, but that's whatever. We'll deal with this by upgrading our mine shaft 3 to level 10, so they're going to make extra money, and then we could probably even upgrade our little buyer guy to give him 10 levels for $198,000. And while we're at it, well, his next boost is at level 50. That's a little ways away, but we're making money pretty quickly, so let's give him at least that much. And it would be cool to get our elevator to its next boost at level 40. I just don't know if I've got the money for that. Going to cost another $2.3 million on top of what I have right now. So as quick as we're making money, we're actually kind of catching up to that level of earnings, because it didn't take as long at all to upgrade him up to level 40, so he gets a nice boost. And then maybe we'll also upgrade our level 2 miners. They're going to go another 10 levels on top of that. So that gives them a boost, and it's going to get expensive after that to bring them to the next level. But we are currently at $9,700 a second, and I'm still sinking new shafts. This one cost $1.5 million. And that's pretty good because the next one is going to cost $31 million. We're going to hire a manager for $800, and she's just going to have to work. And now I see where things are going to start to get expensive. We're in a coal mine right now. Next will be the gold mine, and that's going to cost 76.8 AB. I don't really know what that means, and then we got all these other lands to unlock after that. This one is 275 AH, this is AI, and I have a feeling these are going to go on for a long time. So in hindsight, I maybe could have spent that $100 million a little more intelligently. But if you're here for intelligence, you're here for the wrong reasons. But these Shaft 4 miners are making a lot of money. Every one of their upgrades is going to cost in the millions. But they're going to be worth it because we can take this guy from, well, that to that. He's now making $36,000 a second all by himself. And that's obviously considerable because we're making about $10,000 a second before those upgrades. And then I'm still going to upgrade him a few times. I need him to get to level 10. All I'm going to need are 3 more levels for my Shaft 4 miner, and he's going to be making some pretty big money. We even have enough to do that right now. With almost $10 million left over, we're starting to make some pretty good money. He's now making $81,000 a second. While we're at it, let's upgrade our Shaft 3 miners, hopefully up to level 25, but it's going to start getting expensive quickly. The last upgrade is going to cost $2.5 million, and I've got $2.5 million left at that point, but our money per second has gone up again. And I think the warehouse is a little bit of a bottleneck for me. 10 levels is going to cost $2.6 million, the next 10 levels is going to cost $8.8 million. We'll be there in no time, but that's going to give him a pretty big boost. And a big boost for him means a big boost for me. There he goes, so now he can carry $654,000 a second. So there's 2 of them now, and they're able to carry almost $6 million per load. So let's also upgrade our Shaft 2 miners. They're not the most expensive and valuable of the miners, but every one of these we can upgrade is going to help. $20 million for this upgrade, but they're making $139,000 a second. Plus, my Shaft 1 miners are almost level 100. It's probably going to cost me $100 million to get them there, but I feel like that's probably worth it at this point, because the money's going up, and at level 100, I'm sure there's a big boost. It's going to cost me another $60 million, but I've got time if you do. And we made that money pretty quickly, because clearly I'm an awesome miner and has nothing to do with these idiots doing all the work. So level 100, we're going from $112,000 a second to $323,000 a second. That was worth the upgrade. And I've got $50 million left over, so let's get another shaft. We're going to run into a barrier pretty soon. It's going to take a while to move, but that's okay. Let's hire a manager for idiot. And he has a cool effect. For 10 minutes, there's a minus 80% upgrade cost. So that's actually very helpful. How much is he making right now? This guy alone makes $175,000 a second. So we're going to upgrade him as we can, but at $36 million a level to start, that's going to get expensive fast. I wanted to upgrade my very happy elevator man. The next boost is at level 80, but to get him there is going to cost about $1 billion. And I don't have $1 billion yet, but what I can do is give him another 10 levels, then another 10 levels on top of that. So now he can transport $1.96 million a second, or $36 million a load. The game is kind enough just now to reward me with $1.79 billion, mostly because it's trying to get me addicted to buying stuff, which is kind of stupid of it because I don't need help getting addicted to buying stuff. I'm more than capable of wasting my money on crap all by myself. 60 seconds of intriguing ads later, and we've finished our unlock. And then it's going to hit me with another ad, but the next shaft is going to cost $6.2 billion. So maybe for now, let's just upgrade our elevator guy. The Wii is taking $35 million a load right now. We can give him at least that much. Well, you know what? It's only 10 levels to another boost anyway. We'll give him that much. Now he can take $352 million a load. And then we're going to upgrade our Mineshaft 5 by 10 levels. That's going to cost almost $1 billion by itself, but he's now making $980,000 a second. Then I activated Super Manager power, so they're all glowing, doing their thing, making idiots work as fast as possible. Shaft 4 idiots are going to get an upgrade to level 25 to hopefully get a pretty good boost. And we don't have enough money to get there. They're currently making $300,000 a second though, so I'll cut them some slack. So as the elevator goes down, you can see how much money he's collecting. The lower one is $6 million every load. The top one's about $2 million. So we have lots of capacity on the elevator. I need these guys mining more money. Mostly these guys. I need these guys to hit level 25. $105 million should be enough to boost these two up to level 25, which puts them up to $604,000 a second, or $1.88 million per load. And I'm starting to think that the bottleneck is the gentleman walking across at the top. We need more of them working faster. So I'm going to spend $60 million doing that, which isn't going to get me a ton of upgrades, but at least now they can take $2.48 million a second, or $22 million per load. And they're both taking $22 million loads right now, so I feel like there's a surplus in my elevator. Then while I'm waiting for something exciting to happen, I'm just going to upgrade my most valuable miners, the Shaft 5 guys. They're going to get very expensive quickly, but every one of those upgrades pays for itself pretty quickly. And then I'm going to spend another $164 million getting these guys another 10 levels to make them carry more. Now they can carry $58 million per load. So hopefully that gets a little bit caught up. There's 58 million from that guy and 58 million from that guy. I feel like we've got a lot of money stored in our elevator. So I'm actually going to spend another 550 million upgrading those carts. So they can now carry 150 million, which apparently was a little too much because they're all caught up. They're running back and forth carrying nothing currently. And then the elevator man seems perfectly able to keep up now. He's carrying $18 million per load, so he's still under capacity, so we need to mine more to keep him up. So our Shaft 5 miners are getting another investment. That's going to bring them all the way up to level 23. Probably going to have to upgrade the elevator again soon, but for now I've only got $100 million, so patience. And we now have enough to bring Mineshaft 5 up to level 25, which is going to give them a pretty big boost. So currently they can carry $8.74 million each. Now they can carry $18.8 million each. But I'm also going to invest everything I have right now, $600 million, into a better elevator. I need him moving a little bit quicker. And my idle cash is now up to $1.43 million a second. Every time that elevator goes up and down, he's carrying about $45 million, and he's doing that a lot. While I'm waiting to save up some more billions of dollars, I'm going to upgrade some of my mid-level miners. Mineshaft 3 gets an extra 10 levels. 10 levels on top of that for 222 million, and then another 5 levels on top of that for probably another $500 million. But that puts the worker capacity up to $2.6 million. The game was kind enough to let me watch another ad to double my money for a little while, so now this guy's carrying $50 million for a lot of his trips up the elevator, but also $100 million for a lot of his trips. And that gives me enough for a whole new shaft. And I bet these guys are going to be making me a lot of money. This guy can extract $52 million a second. His capacity is $315 million at level 0. So we'd better give him a manager who's going to give him a boost of 3 times mining speed when I use it, which I'm obviously going to use right away because look at all that money. So he's already put $2 billion into the thing. My elevator can't even take that fast enough. So we're going to make some pretty quick money here. So I'm going to spend another $3 billion just on the elevator because I need to take him from $922 million a load up to $2.69 billion a load. We're going to give him one more level to make him an even 100. Same thing with my selling idiots. 1.86 billion to bring them up 10 levels. If I can get another 5 out of them, then they can move a whole bunch of money. Currently, they can take $390 million each per level. So yeah, we need to get them to level 100. Then they should be good for a little while. Now they can carry $628 million per load. So there's no loss of efficiency at the top. And that seems to work out not bad. There's $6.2 billion in my elevator right now, but that's going to drop pretty quickly because they're going to take it over and sell it. But then I'm going to upgrade my Shaft 6 miner as many times as I can because he's going to make a fortune. He's very expensive to use, but it's going to be worth it. We need to get him to level 10 because every level right now increases his money per second by 5.6 million. It wasn't that long ago that $100 million seemed like a ridiculous amount of money. Now it seems like nothing. I've made $33 billion and that blew by. And pretty soon billions are going to start to seem small. So I sent this idiot on an expedition and he just came back with like a 5 times multiplier for 5 minutes. So I'm going to make a lot of money for 5 minutes. Okay, it's a 10 times multiplier for 5 minutes. I obviously should save this for a time when I'm making more money, but I don't want to wait. And would you look at that? There's $68 billion already. So as per usual, we're going to take advantage of the boost and upgrade to him one more time. So he's going to go from making $675 million a load to 742. And we're currently making $251 million a second. So $1 billion every 4 seconds, which means we've already made 150 billion. So we can open up a new shaft. It definitely requires a manager, but that's perfectly fine. He comes with a 5 times mining speed boost. So he's also going to use that because this guy is going to make so much money. It's almost ridiculous. But to level him up once costs $145 billion. That's going to get expensive, but we're going to need to start making more money because the next shaft costs $2.5 trillion. So let's level him up one time for now. And then we might need to upgrade my elevator because he's getting caught up taking stuff from the higher mine floors. He's not making it to the bottom yet because he's getting full before he gets there. And that's honestly just a really good problem to have. So let's give him another 10, 20 levels. And then another level up for him for 168 billion, then one more for 195 billion. And they have $154 billion sitting in their box. So let's upgrade that elevator another 10 levels for $80 billion. And we're also going to do the warehouse another 10 levels because that's only 11 billion. Then we're going to do another one for 40 billion. Just because I want to make sure everyone's moving the dirt as efficiently as possible. And that seems to be working because we just broke $1 trillion, though my 10 times multiplier is running out in another 5 seconds. So that's kind of sad, but we definitely got our money's worth out of that. So our Shaft 7 miners, let's level them up as many times as we can again. This one's going to cost 260 billion, this one's 302 billion, and we get one more for 350 billion. That puts them all the way up to level 8, so they get a big bonus at 2 levels. I might also try and have our mineshaft 6 guys hit level 25 because they'll actually be making quite a bit of money at that point. It's going to cost a bit of money to get there, but not nearly as expensive as the miners below them. So, speaking of buying things, somehow I wound up with a 50 times multiplier and a 100 times multiplier for 5 minutes. What happens if we use them both at the same time? I feel like that's going to wind up being a lot of money. I didn't really think this through, but I never really do. We have a 300 times multiplier right now. Suddenly we have $1.54 trillion in cash. So let's get these guys up to level 25 so they can make some real money. And then we're going to unlock this new shaft because we don't have a lot of time to get this going. Does this do something? This is eating up my time. I don't know how this works. Okay, no time for the wheel. I've got stuff to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade this guy as many times as I can, and I'm also going to buy him a manager. So this boost is put us up to $21.1 billion a second. So that's putting us into the trillions and keeping us there for a long time. Okay, I've got to be quick with this. I only have 3.5 minutes left in my super multiplier. It's tempting just to try and save up the $50 trillion I'm going to need, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that much money in time, mostly because of my lack of infrastructure. We can probably get this guy, the elevator, actually leveled up to where he needs to be. 1.5 trillion. Yeah, there's elevator level 50, so he gets a huge boost to what he can move. And then same thing for my warehouse guys. Let's put their upgrades into the trillions. So now they can move $12.3 billion a second. And we can have my mineshaft 8 guys hit level 10. So they're going to be making stupid amounts of money now. They can move $74.2 billion per load, or $24 billion a second. And there's my $50 trillion for the new shaft very suddenly, thanks to my upgraded everything. So you get to work. We're going to hire your manager for 1.3 million. Yep, that works for me. Never mind. Take that one then and get to work. His first level of upgrade costs $57 trillion, but we're going to do it because he makes $57 billion a second, basically from level 1. The next shaft at level 10 costs about $1 quadrillion all by itself. But we'll get there. My elevator man is still struggling a little bit to take all this money to the surface. So I'm going to give him another $5 trillion worth of upgrades to hopefully move that money a little quicker while we've got 48 seconds left on our super bonus. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my warehouse guys. There's 5 trillion and another 17 trillion to their upgrades. Just need them to move a few more things. 15 seconds left on the bonus, but that's already worth it. Because that little load right there went from $131 trillion to $577 trillion. But that's a lot of money. The bonus is over. We have $580 trillion to work with right now, so I'm just going to upgrade this guy probably 4 times. Which sucks because he can't hit level 10. He is making $111 billion a second though, so we'll get there. Plus, we've unlocked research, and apparently there's a lot of things we can research. We just gotta work our way down the chain. The coal mine generates 40% more coal. Well, yes, I think we'll go ahead and unlock that. Not that it was doing too poorly before this. Even right now at its whatever base rate is $23 billion a second. So if I use the Shaft 9 manager to make the upgrade cost 70% less, does that actually lower their... It does. Okay, so we can make them hit level 10 for only $57 trillion. We're going to do that, and it's going to take them from $945 billion capacity to $1.04 trillion capacity. So by the time the elevator comes back, they're going to have put $6.2 trillion into the chest. So if we let them run at this rate for about a week, we'll be pretty rich. Come back every day for another bag of money. Sure. $10. Oh, okay, great. Free money. I'll take it. A literal money tree. Just what I need. It's called Super Life because we're gonna be super rich. Now our class is very important. We want rich. Start the game with $2,000. That's important. What's not important is Grandpa's Ranch, where old people go to die. So at least we have that to look forward to. Also, we get a free extra $100 right away. Okay, I did the thing and you smell musty. Can we go now? The plan is very simple. We're gonna make as much money as possible in as little time as possible using the bank. Right away, we get 2% per day. Luckily for us, we have $2,100, which might not seem like a lot at first, but that's still $21 every day just for sleeping. You should go inside and get some sleep. No, you. Dad, why are you standing in the neighbor's driveway? No, he wants me to get a job. All he does is stands in a neighbor's driveway. You need to get off my back, old man. +2 experience. But also, yeah, we're gonna get a job right away. Slimmy Sams, give me the work. This is important for a few reasons, mostly because it's gonna make us money, which can be used to buy more energy, and then that energy used for more work, for more money. Also, it's right beside the bank, so every day after doing just that, I deposit my next 84, 100 whatever dollars, get the interest. I'm proud of you, here's 20 bucks. Only 20? Okay, here's nothing. Guess I overplayed my hand. For the time being, this is all I'm gonna do until that 2% interest is making me thousands of dollars a day. I'm not interested in anything else. Day 8 and I'm already at $3,000, 50% more than when I started, and it's been a week. In case you're wondering why I'm buying soda instead of the chips to replenish my energy, that's because soda also gives me experience, which is important for leveling up. And once I do eventually level up, I will make even more money per hour. It's not a huge deal for me right now, but we'll get there. Day 15, 1 week later, we're up to 4,079. I understand that if you're out of money and energy, you can shake a vending machine, which will give me apparently 1 bag of chips. That simply gave me 1 extra energy that I can use for 1 extra hour of work. Great. Another week has passed, we're up to 5,134, so we're making about $1,000 per week, and that number is gradually growing. Already, after only 4 short weeks, our job is making us $92 a day, and the bank interest is making us about $120 a day, so the bank interest is making more. So that seems like a good time to upgrade our job to make even more money on that side of things, which simply means sacrificing some of my hard-earned money. Always go for the personal trainer, better bang for your buck. Only need to do that a few more times, and then the same thing with the school. And just like that, strength is done. School is a little more annoying thanks to its restricted hours, but it's done now too. Which means we can level up and we get 5 coins, which gives us a solid $11 an hour. Next step, sandwich artist. We also have an odd quest to play 2 lotto tickets, which will obviously be super rewarding. 1 and 2. Outstanding. The scratches are obviously luckier. Hey, there we go, I doubled my money. Just for good measure. I get a feeling those don't pay out very often. But our reward for playing the lotto is $50. I need to pay more attention to those. That's easy money. And that's the guy that was telling me to get a job. Day 50, our bank is making us almost $200 a day in interest already. And since it's already making us considerably more than our job, I'm going to sacrifice a few days to upgrade our job 1 more time. Level 3, another 5 coins. While we're up here, what does this idiot want? Death sticks. Our level 3 promotion has us up to $12 an hour. Wait. When did my interest rate change? It was 2% before, now we're getting 1%? That might have to do with the amount of money in there. Another lotto quest? Easy money. $75 for that one. And by the way, here's your death sticks. Thanks, my dude. So can I have your skateboard? This ain't that game. Here, you can have my old running shoes. Thanks. And he wants more crap. Well, before I commit to that, let's see if the running shoes are actually good for anything. Like hopefully moving faster. The interest, it turns out, changes at $5,000 in the bank. It switches to 1%. So I'm just gonna have to live with 1% interest for the time being. Good news, the interest rate doesn't go down after $15,000. I was worried it would. Day 76, making over $150 a day just off interest. Oh good, that guy's shoes did actually make us faster. Somehow, someway, we've unlocked a pillow from IKEA. That means we can wake up 1 hour earlier. That's an extra hour to make money. I'm also gonna buy a 1 hour energy because plus 2 intellect when you go to school. So that works out to an extra $10 or an extra 2 intellect. Which isn't actually worth it unless you're in a hurry because you're only paying $7.50 per intellect normally. While I'm on my mission, I'm gonna keep giving that idiot whatever he wants, hopefully make me faster. Or energy drinks, so what does my $60 buy me? Wait, you thought I would pay you back? No, I just want your shoes. Make me faster. Here's a tip, try sneaking into movie theaters. That's very useless. At least I think it is because I'm not sure there's a movie theater here yet. And with this, level 4. I'm hoping that gives my salary a considerable jump. We're up to $14 an hour, so it jumped up $2. Eat 3 sandwiches. The reward for spending $36 is $100. Since our salary seems to be making some jumps, I'm actually going to withdraw a few $100s, and we're going to see what level 5 gets us, because we'll be the manager. Level 5. Graduated from high school, now we're really going places. $16 an hour. General manager apparently is max level, whatever that's supposed to mean. Reward for drinking 3 sodas, $125. That is giving money away. Already it's day 100. So between the $170 I make at my job and the $220 I get in interest, I'm making almost $400 a day already. That's more than you'll ever make. Wish I had a better dad. And apparently I ranked up just for playing 100 days if I'm understanding that correctly. And who knew that there was even other areas to go and explore? Angus McBangus. These look like fun. All I really want right now are shoes to make me move faster. Pay more for shoes. This looks more like what I'm looking for. Why can't I buy these? We can sneak into the movie theater. Uh-oh. Just kidding. No, we can't. Get lost, criminal. Shut up, Jeff. This could be our very first house. Market value $103,000, down payment $10,000. Not just yet. We need our money to make us more money before we're gonna do something like that. As fun as this is, it's not making me any money. I am paying respects. This is how I do it. So houses do vary in price. This one takes $100,000 down payment with a market value of $500,000. A man with a goatee in the dark. What more could I ask for? Why would anyone ever leave this tree? What's so special about this tree? It is the provider. Okay, this here's my table. You can sleep on the one next to mine. No thanks, psycho. You got $1? Somehow I actually don't. But we can't actually sleep on the table. Oh, okay. We wake up at 12 p.m. We sleep in when we do this. This part of the map does seem a little bit more advanced and might be better for my purposes. I need to compare the two to figure out which one's going to make me more money, which means finding out how much places pay. This one's $17 an hour, so I like it. I'm also going to give the homeless guy in the park money just because I can. Eventually, he's got to give me something good. $100? You got it. The end is near. Well, hopefully for you it is. For the time being, I'm going to embrace the park bench life. I do wake up later, but it's close to everything. I guess this is the tree he was talking about. Come back every day for another bag of money. Sure. $10. Oh, okay, great. Free money. I'll take it. A literal money tree. Just what I need. Well, the tree works great. All I gotta do is pick a bag of money every day and it gives me some amount. Always pretty good. After realizing just how long it takes to run back and forth over here, I'm actually going back to this area and Slippy Sam's. Plus, with the extra sleep I get in an actual house, I do make more money anyways. I just realized for the first time that there's actually a lot more of this map to be exploring. Like a hedge maze. Which had better reward me with a large amount of money for the amount of time it's going to take to walk through this. That looks promising. And we get a bronze key. I wonder if that's used to open a chest. Also looks like Idiot Stick wants something else. Hopefully he'll give me more speed. I very patiently made my way all the way to day 161. That means at 1% we're currently making $540 every day just on interest. Which means it's probably faster to skip the bank every day. The interest is piling up there so fast anyway, it's not really worth my time to walk over there and individually deposit money every single day. I can just go like this. Once it's 7 o'clock, I can go back to bed. I'm going to make the most money the quickest this way for now. Because the fastest way for me to make money is to get through these days as quick as possible. And I will still stop by and make deposits every say $5,000 or something just to make sure it does still accumulate interest. Day 200, let's see how much interest has accumulated. We're up to 81,000 plus what I have on me, so we're up to 85,000. So that means just from the interest currently we're making $856 a day. Day 220, and if my guesstimation is correct, we're up over $100,000. So now I'm already making $1,070 per day at level 5. I wonder how much money is considered a lot in this game, like a ridiculous amount, to the point where you can just kind of do anything you want any old time and it just doesn't matter. Some perspective. In the past 30 days, my job has earned me $4,800. My interest has earned me almost 10 times as much. We're up to $145,000. Job makes $4,000. Interest makes $40,000, and that number's growing every single day. So now we're earning $1,500 a day, just interest. And a big coin reward for getting 250 days. I've been alive only 300 days, barely finished high school, and already found way more success than you. Just give up now. You failed. In the past 50 days, we've earned $8,000 from our job, and a lot from interest. I want to say that was about $100,000 worth of interest, so we're making 10 times as much of interest as our job. We're now making $2,500 a day. So in the past 20 days, I've made $60,000. And that's not too bad. But I think it's also maybe time to reinvest in my education. Because I want more shoes. You know what? These have probably been available to me this whole time. I just never had the money before, so they showed up in red. I need to go make a withdrawal. You probably don't realize it, but having those shoes for the past few hours would have saved me so much time and I'd be so much further ahead already. I'm really annoyed I missed that. Pay attention to my speed before and after. This is going to be the best $10,000 I've ever spent. One pair of Yeats, please. Your shoes are already on point. Gotcha. There they are. I'm not sure. Oh, I can sprint. I gotcha. What if I could have sprinted that whole time as well? Probably. That's a lot of fun. While my base speed hasn't changed at all, I can now sprint this fast. I possibly could have been sprinting before with my other shoes, not sure if it would have made much of a difference, but I'm really mad now that I didn't look into this more. On the bright side, we're already filthy rich and getting richer every single day. This is so much faster, I can't even begin to tell you. The last 30 days just flew by and earned me over $100,000. Day 440, you know what that means? I'm a millionaire. 1,029,000, or just 1.0 million. Oh, the interest rate went down. For a brief second, I was earning $10,000 a day. Now I guess I'm back to 5,000 because it doesn't want to give me interest. So here's what I find really interesting. I can make 1% interest on $999,915, which is about $10,000 a day, or I can make 0.5% interest on an even 1 million, which is $5,000 a day. So obviously I would just go like this every day. I go to $100 and make double the money. The easiest $10,000 I've ever made. It's still going to give me 1%, so I'm going to see how long we can keep that 1% for. It seems like if I don't manually deposit any money into the bank, it holds its 1%. Otherwise, I've got to drop it back below a million again. Day 500. That was a lot of fun, which means we currently have $1.8 million. And that means that we're almost there. Anyways, now that we're earning ourselves a cool $20,000 a day, even a little more, let's go see if there's anything we can actually buy. How's your money tree now, Fred? Feeling nice and rich? There's a house here still for $538,000. I don't know what the down payment has to do with anything. I'd just buy the house outright. But since I feel there's still more areas to unlock which might have bigger, better houses, I think I'm gonna hold off on buying a house for right now. That one is pretty tempting. Only because it's worth as much as I make in a few short days. Portable console, I wonder what that one could be. Collection item. Okay, sure, fun. Who's this guy? Can I buy you? Enrique. What's up? I haven't seen you since middle school. Goodbye. I did actually notice one strange thing about this pizza palace. If you come here at night, you have an option for the basement. $100. Let's see what we got. Oh, gambling. Not exactly sure what it is we're playing. No, I get it. My card gonna be higher or lower than that one. I win. 20 chips, 1 experience point. With a max bet of only 5,000, I'm just not interested. How do I get out of here? Can I leave, please? I guess since I have a surplus of money, I can upgrade some of my skills, which will hopefully unlock new areas. Upgrading skills shouldn't be too hard at this point, considering I can just spend endlessly. I'm going to stock up on Adderall and protein, a winning combination. That way when I do anything at all, it's supercharged. Might as well just pour the Adderall into the protein while I'm at it. Let's see what kind of results we get today. Oh, that was quick. A little more. The best part is, even while I'm doing all this and supercharging my levels, I'm still making over $20,000 a day. There's level 10. Wonder if we got a new area unlocked. So my options are either sell it for $115,000 or live with the debt of $105 and put a renter in it. Okay, rent is $200 a day, a month? I'm not really sure, but okay, great. Requires golden ticket. Unlocks at level 20. I know what level 20 is and how to get there. That was easy. Things are so easy when you're rich. Now what new fun stuff do we have to play with? Zoogle? Requires Zoogle ID. No, it doesn't. Let me in. I'm rich. A hospital. This is the last place they want me to work. Level 50. Good news, everyone. I wandered under the blue roof and I'm actually stuck. I cannot move in any direction. We have esports betting. You can gamble up to 10 whole coins at a time, which is good because I have 880 of those, whatever they're good for. I mean, I guess if all else fails, we can make ourselves look pretty good. Finally, a house worthy of myself. $2.6 million. They're getting expensive. We can even get a truck. If we have a house at the garage, we still got so much stuff to do. I figured I'd be able to buy everything at this point. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna withdraw a little bit of money. We're up to over 3 million. Have I always had the option to work here? $50 an hour. That's not bad. Our potentially bald friend here is going to help us set up a coffee empire worth trillions of dollars. The first thing we need to do is create it. This is coffee or something close to it. It doesn't matter. We're going to call it coffee.
People will buy it.
Too high a price can scare customers away. So I'm going to start with something that's going to grab attention. It's called cheap. It is $1 whole. We're adding nothing. We're preparing it warm. Its quality is low. It's pretty much the most basic coffee in existence. Alright, so the $1 thing is probably actually appropriate. Now for a nice package, and we're a Canadian-based company, so we better go with something very Canadian. I'm pretty sure that's a bear, so we're going to put a bear on the coffee. Creation cost $12,000. And we're going to get international headlines by selling coffee so cheap we go bankrupt on the first day. We set time to lightning speed and we're at whatever happens next. So we get to pick between stimulation and refreshment. We want stimulation all the way. For $1, you can't expect refreshment. You get rocket fuel. I didn't realize being CEO of a coffee company was so easy. I mostly just stand there and stare at the wall ahead of me. Ooh, we're running out of money quickly for some reason. Now, taste, aroma, and appearance. I think we want taste. It's going to taste good, it's going to absolutely give you energy, and it's very cheap. Aroma and appearance don't matter. Just put that stuff in your mouth and don't complain. Oh, we're down to our final $1, but the coffee's about ready to actually go into production. I don't know, we're down $7,000. I feel like we can wait. This is a horrible idea. Okay, we're going to release that because the number down here was making me nervous. And somehow I'm actually getting very good reviews. 9.5 out of 10. The taste pierced my feet. It is a huge success somewhere in the world. Nothing this good has appeared on the market in a long time. More hype equals more sales. Click the heart icon in the sales panel. Okay, well, there go the sales. Suddenly we're making over 100,000 copies sold already. So that's great. We've already a success. We have almost 1,000 fans worldwide. Imagine that. $200,000. I presume all because I made the coffee so cheap that it just works. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's cheap and it's effective. Kind of like me. I'm just not effective. Did I do it? Is this a success? We made $500,000 already, and that's still going. I feel like I should just do this forever now and just because, oh, I see the sales are going to drop off eventually. But until they do, we might as well just ride these profits because this is easy money. He's a raging success. We've officially made $1 million. We have 1.5 million sales. And we get to participate in like a trade show. We can choose between our stands. Since we only have one product, let's do a small stand for the one product. That's only $22,000. That's like a minute's worth of profit. And we increase our potential customers by 300. That should put us up to about 4,000. Then we're going to work on our marketing for $50,000. All right, since we have about 5,000 fans, I think it's time to make a new coffee. Maybe before I do, I'm going to finish marketing. That way I can market the coffee. And we're just going to let the sales keep rolling. They're still going. We're still making money. So I've got time to spare. All right, research is complete. Oh, and they removed my one coffee from the sales. So it's really time to get back to work. So this one is going to be also cheap. We're going to stick with another $1 coffee. This one's going to be Chamorro though. Chamareo. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. We're making this. That's going to be done by fire. The additives are going to be probably the shaking nut because it's a Brazil nut. So that makes sense for some reason. Preparation is going to be cold. The quality is going to be low because that's the best we can do. The package appearance is going to be whatever this thing is. It's going to cost $172,000 to make. That's fine. We still have 1.4 million to work with. Now we just sit back and wait for other options to appear. Stimulation all the way. Then again, we do have two pluses here. The more pluses, the parameter requires more. Okay, so we'll do it refreshment instead. This one's not going to stimulate at all. It's going to refresh you. It's basically going to be coffee without the coffee. But we're going to sell that anyway because I'm a marketing genius. I mean, you don't make 5,000 fans by selling bad products. Okay, so the Brazil nut is going to be completely ignored. I know we marketed this as the next big Brazil nut additive, but we're going to remove that entirely because people aren't going to read the label anyway. They're just going to drink it. The market is flooded with new yerba mates. Pronunciation again, coffee. We'll call it coffee. It's close. Now, it's going to be well on taste. So it's going to taste good and it's going to be very refreshing. That's perfect. Your company is growing. Do you want to invest $1 million to change your company's headquarters? No. I'm a single employee and I'm making myself rich. And we can wait for the quality to get all the way up to 100% because we have the money to sit and wait. So 100%, let's release finished product. This one is also doing surprisingly well despite the fact that well, it's probably all in the packaging to be fair. I would buy that. Not enough attention was given to stimulation. That's where you're wrong. I gave 0 attention to stimulation.
Boom. Roasted.
They basically said it's garbage. It still gave me an 8 out of 10. Whoever that is, I should put them on the payroll. They seem to work for me. Maybe I should start charging more for my coffee. I think I need to make it better before I can actually charge people money for it. I'm basically giving it away for free because I have to. While I'm at it, I'm going to train marketing one more time. I assume that makes a difference somewhere. So someone did something, long story short, plus 25% sales, which is huge because look at those sales go up. Look at that money go up. This one's maybe not as profitable as the last one, but I think we're going to make a more expensive coffee. I still don't really want to invest in a new area yet because that's basically half my money, and I feel like I'm about to make a bad decision that might cost me a little bit. So we're going to do a medium stand this time. Our last 2 products are going to go on display. That's going to help us with another 500 fans, which puts us up to almost 10,000. So sales are still going strong. So while they are, let's make a new one. We're going to call this one $2 because we're a marketing genius. The price of it's going to be in fact $2. We're going to go back to the standard because this one works better with high quality packaging. We're not going to have high quality packaging. It's going to be warm, it's going to be low, all that. The appearance for this one is going to be something bright and yellow because that may be going to grab attention. Another $172,000 spent, which still leaves us over 2 million to work with. So this time we're going to follow the plus. So this is going to get 2/3 and then refreshment's going to be 1/3. I don't know if that's really going to work or not, but everything I've done so far has just worked. Who knew making coffee would be so easy? So we're going to go 50% taste and 25 for the other 2, just going on the pluses. The activity of your employee on social media has increased the hype, plus 13. Wow. Your company is growing. Do you want to invest? No, they're offering me that every 30 seconds, so I assume I should do that soon. But I'm already a millionaire just by standing here staring at things. Do I want to keep the data safe for my employees? Oh, we need to pay off hackers. Yes, we're going to pay the hackers to keep our data safe for some reason. Because I guess, yeah, releasing data would be bad publicity when I'm about to release a coffee. I'm taking business mindset on this one. Finished product. Wow, people already, a 10.5 out of 10. Wow. All I was doing was following the pluses. Fantastic balance of blah, blah, blah. Nothing this good has appeared in the market. Well, good thing I only charged $2 for it then. I feel like that's going to be a winner. That was just as the old one got removed from the marketing world. So yeah, that's getting me some money and some fans. New research is available. Additive uranium ore. I would love to add uranium to coffee. How do I We need more employees. For now, I'm just going to sit back and let the money roll in. Then we're going to make uranium coffee as soon as I can, because that's going to be fun. We just got 1,000 fans from doing something else. We can make more different kinds of coffee. Okay, we're definitely going to make uranium coffee. I'm going to make myself rich on poisonous coffee. To be fair, I don't know if uranium is poisonous, but I know it's pretty radioactive, so it's going to be bad for you either way. I think it's time to invest in a new work area. Now we can start a different wall. We still have $3.5 million and climbing. I can also invest in other companies, so I can also sabotage other companies. I'm not going to do anything until I have a nice buffer of money. You need to be rich before you can get sued. Okay, I'm also going to spend, I don't know, $50,000-$60,000 looking for better employees, or some employees really. Then I'm going to hire Presley Peck because it reduces the chance of a negative event during creation and less likely to ask for a raise. I don't entirely know what they're going to do, but they seem happy, so you just continue on doing what you do. I think that maybe just helps the workload here. I just remembered where the marketing thing was. We're going to spend $100,000 on marketing right now. So there's $100,000, but I'm sure that's going to pay dividends quickly. Completely forgot that button was there, but you can already see that's probably going to make a difference. This month is probably going to fly past the last month. We should have done it here though, where it would have the biggest impact. We're only halfway to uranium coffee. We have 20,000 fans, so let's make another coffee. And dare we jack it up to $3 coffee for a coffee name with 3. We're not even going to put the dollars in. We're going to leave that as a mystery. Now for additives, we might go ahead and add caviar. Oh, that's a little too fancy for my clientele. Is this pancakes? Pancake. We're adding pancakes to our coffee. This is going to be a cold pancake coffee. We're going to release it to the entire world. The package is going to be probably something with pancakes on it if it's available. Well, that kind of reminds me of pancakes somehow, so we're going to go ahead and go with that one. It's $5 million to get a bigger work area. I'm not particularly understanding why we did it the first time. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to follow those X's. We're going to go 66 and 2034. Experimenting with refreshment stimulation. He's sending energy up there. So we're going to take the big stand. We're going to show off the last 3 products because they were all pretty good, to be fair. This new one might not be great. Oh, it's a 3-to-1 mix. So it's going to be 75%, coffee and 25% pancake. I feel like that's a pretty good mixture. Suddenly sales jumped up too. They went from 190,000 to 240,000. Oh, and they're growing again. I'm not entirely sure why, but something good is happening. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to go with it like a good CEO would. This one's centered around taste because it's made of pancakes. There's no saving its appearance no matter what we do. Wow, look at those sales go. What happened? Is it because of my marketing brilliance? Because I could do some more of that. Okay, we're just about ready to release. We're also going to market this really hard on $100,000 here. And I don't know what that sound was. But we're going to release this coffee full marketing. Hopefully it's very good quality because we charged $3 whole for it. Well, it's not the best coffee in the world, but it's still pretty good. So that's fine. We'll let it go and make its money. Our sales seem to be doing just fine. We're not hurting for money. We're up to $8.5 million. But I'm pretty sure as soon as we release that, we lost the old one, which was doing really well also. So I maybe could have timed that better. Okay, I'm also going to hire a marketer and then a researcher. Sales seem to be dropping off pretty hard. I should have left with the old coffee. But that's okay because we're about to make uranium coffee and I'm going to make that cheap because the world needs uranium. Let's also spend $200,000 making better quality coffee. It might take a few minutes to get there, but we do have a researcher on board now. I do also have contracts. These only take 14 days. I don't know if this actually improves the quality or if it's just a way to make a little bit of money. So, okay, we made $18,000. Not that that really makes a dent in our $14 million. Quantity and quality of workers available for employment have increased. Great, let's hire some more idiots. This time we can spend, we got lots of money, so let's spend, I don't know, 330,000 looking for people. We're going to go ahead and hire you. I guess a researcher wouldn't hurt. And another marketer. We just hired a pretty big team. I'm just hoping that helps the uranium along. For now, we'll make a new coffee out of, apparently it's rose season, so we'll make rose coffee. Let's see if we can get away with a stupidly expensive $6 coffee. This has to be the best of the best. So we're going to go back to standard quality. We're going to do it with fire. Increases appearance. Great, it's going to look good. It's going to be a warm rose flavored coffee. As long as you charge enough for it, people are going to think it's good anyway. $6 coffee coming up. Now we just got to manage to balance that roseness out. So it's going to be pretty stimulating. So we're going to go 70-30. You know what? Let's tip that just a little more. We're going to go 25-75. Oh, we should also be marketing the life out of this too. So let's spend $100,000 on marketing again. So, okay, this time we're going to go like 85 and 15% rose, just a touch of rose. So appearance was getting helped along anyway. So taste is going to be very important here. So we're going to go like 80% taste, 15% aroma, and 5% appearance. And there's our reward. So that probably helps somehow. It probably doesn't hurt. I got a good feeling about this. We're going to wait for quality to come up to 100% and then we're going to release it and it's going to take over the world naturally. $6 coffee. Okay, we didn't exactly knock this one out of the park, but we're above a 5 out of 10. We're getting worse as we go. Maybe I should start charging less for coffee. But we're charging $6 per coffee, so we don't need to sell as many to make. We can sell 6 times less and make the same as before. And because we're marketing our previous coffee, we got another 1,500 fans. This actually works out well. People are so thrilled by my old coffee, they're gonna buy this new garbage coffee for large money. I mean, we're making lots of money, so we can't complain. And the best news yet, uranium additive is now complete. So let's put some more money into quality of coffee. And then for a few minutes, we can just sit back and wait and let the money roll in. We can also spend like a little bit of money every month to give our employees all sorts of stuff. We can also give them overtime and salary reduction, but I have like 4 employees and lots of money, so I think we can afford to treat them well for now. A new company, Baldoon, has entered the market. If I could find them amongst the list, I might be inclined to help them out with some stuff. Then again, they're worth way more than me, so I'm pretty much just going to leave them alone. I can't compete yet. But again, something happened where my monthly sales increased by quite a large margin. We almost doubled our sales this month, so that means more easy money for me. Okay, our previous coffee was finally removed from the market. We've made $20 million so far. Our newest coffee is going to be called 100% Pure Death. $6. It is potato chip season. We could also add pufferfish. I'm looking for the uranium. Found it. Uranium ore is an additive with a special event. The event will occur only once. Yeah, mass poisoning probably. Uranium is a toxic additive. You can take a chance and assure consumers that the product is safe. However, you yourself know that it is not. Well, I don't know. I've never drank uranium, so I can't know for sure. Positive effects. Yerbo will have 100 hype. Yes, this is going to get a lot of news. But to balance out the uranium, we're going to add something healthy, and that should counteract the toxic effects. So, a green apple. I think we should make it warm because heat probably really heats up that uranium nicely. Oh, we can step up quality though. We're going to have average quality coffee and average quality packaging, which did give us a few more options. I think this really speaks to the uranium that's within this coffee. We're going to let this loose on pretty much the entire world. Off we go. Oh, we need to hype this really big too, as soon as we can. We might not be allowed. I don't think anyone wants to take on our coffee. So we're going to go 100% stimulation on this one because you're probably going to start wasting away from radiation poisoning. So you're going to need that stimulation to keep it going for a little while. So we're on phase 2 of creation. We want to make sure there's plenty of uranium in there. Okay, we don't want it to go too hard. So let's go 50% uranium. We're going to go like 49% that and 1% apple, 2% apple. That should balance things out so it's still a health drink. I guess it's okay that no one wants to market this coffee, if it can even be considered that. It's closer to radioactive waste, but it's not actually waste, it's just radioactive drink. Oh, right. The employees are drinking lots of it and they really like it. So let's make it taste really good. I want lots of people to drink this. Aroma and appearance don't matter. And now we get to add some publicity here. So we're going to advertise our last 3 for $300,000. We got another 1,600 fans, which is actually pretty big increase still. All right, the research and development phase is almost done, so now we just gotta wait for 100% quality, and it's gonna take a second to get there because we're dealing with uranium, and we're under $20 million now. This should be enough for the lawsuits that are inevitable at this point, but we'll see. We'll make sure quality is 100% to minimize, you know, the lawsuits. 100%, off you go. I don't like how it always says waste of time. I just make coffee out of uranium. Okay, those reviews aren't actually as bad as I thought. They're above a 0 or a 1. A low quality product that doesn't stand out from the competition yet. If you make coffee out of uranium, it's gonna stand out. Interest rates are falling. Monthly loan installment, perfect. When we go bankrupt here, we can take out a loan to save us. We're still making lots of sales. We're not really getting any fans, but we have enough fans to get away with this. We can literally make coffee out of uranium and be successful. I'm not gonna change headquarters yet. That will cost $5 million. I'm still expecting ample lawsuits, so I don't want to get too carried away. I think maybe one of the smartest things I can do right now is invest in another company because we're going to spend $6 million on those guys because they're probably not going to get sued into oblivion. I've still made over $1 million on garbage coffee made out of radioactive material, so I'm feeling pretty optimistic about my chances in the coffee world. Here's where the problems start. Our coffee was removed from the market. Uranium ore turned out to be toxic. Reports of newborn babies with 3 hands. You know, that could actually be a pretty good worker. We should hire those. A vast number of victims are planning a class action lawsuit. Not surprising. So we're going to go ahead and settle. We lose 80% of our profits with uranium and lose 15% of your fans. Yeah, I could deal with that. And we're just in time for something else to be completed, so I can't remember what we were doing. Yeah, we can repackage. We'll just rebrand. That's what every company does when they do something horrible. We're not this company anymore. We're a new company. Totally new. All right, time to also advertise the last 3 products. Hopefully the uranium one doesn't get advertised too hard there. We need to kind of leave that part of our past behind. Still have $13 million to work with though. Okay, the rebranding starts now. This coffee is going to be called not Death. It's only $3. Oh, we could charge up to $9 now. Well, we're going to make a $3 basic coffee as a way of saying sorry for killing so many people. And unfortunately, we're locked out of the uranium market. I was going to add just a little this time. So instead, we're going to add a puffer fish, which reduces aroma. So then I'm going to give something that enhances aroma. Increases stimulation. I need something aromatic. Well, I can't really find anything that increases aroma, so we're just going to do lemongrass. Refreshment's more or less the same thing. We're going with high quality coffee, high quality packaging, and I'm no artist, so we're going to go with this one again. Gonna cost me more money to make, but that's only $436,000 to make coffee out of a pufferfish. We're going to go ahead and try and get some hype behind this one. It's amazing how bad a lawsuit can really hurt your business. Okay, so we're back to this whole game. So we're going to go 75% stimulation, 25% refreshment. It's made out of pufferfish after all. Your expectations need to be tempered. The market is currently flooded with new coffee, so we lost a little bit of hype. That's okay. My quality will speak for itself. I'm not expanding now. I'm about to release a horrible product. I also don't know why my coffee production stalled. It's literally not moving. Okay, it's going again. It's very slowly. I guess that's what it takes to make a higher quality coffee. Luckily, I have the funds to sit on. This will be worth it. Okay, this time we're going to go pretty heavy on what we're supposed to. So we're going to go like, 97%. We're going to go 2% pufferfish because I feel like it's pretty toxic otherwise, and 1% lemongrass for that refreshment. So it's just a little bit toxic this time. And I've restarted the marketing team. There's better employees for sale. We've already bought lots of good employees. They're doing their job well. We can just sit right here where we are. So we're going to make this taste pretty good despite the fact it's made out of pufferfish. So we're going to go 73 and 15 and whatever's left, 13. Okay, my pufferfish coffee is complete. Now we just got to wait for the quality to 100% before we're going to release, and the hype bubble might be perfect for that, and we get to we got some extra fans too. I've started the marketing machine again, that way we can release this at 100%, and we'll see how this goes. It's 4.5 out of 10 here, so we made a little bit of an improvement over last time. If this was $1, it still wouldn't be worth it. Damn it, I thought the $2, $3 price might be attractive to people. And it still is. We're still making money. We've already made $500,000 on this, and that's climbing quickly still, so we're not in bad shape. But in better news, our investment in the other company is paying quite well so far. So that's the secret to my success. It doesn't matter how many people you kill as long as you invest in a company that actually makes good stuff. But I still also made a profit off of basically killing people. So I need to collect these balls and put them in the sample machine, which turns into money that I can spend on zombies. But the more I buy, the more expensive they get. When we get enough of them, we can merge them into better zombies. Now we have 1 blood and 2 normal. Aside from that, I can buy an increasing assortment of weapons that we will get through. For now, I'm gonna buy a free crowbar. Now we're ready to take on the world. Take that, zombie. Okay, turns out they hit back. But I do actually get a little bit of money from killing them. And we always have our best zombie here on display. Anyways, we're starting to get some red balls now, I think because we have a red zombie. So let's go ahead and dump those in here. We have 116 samples to get through. But we can upgrade the rate at which we're doing this, and we can do that again for a few dollars. That way we can process those a lot quicker. We're going to do that one more time for $15, then we're processing 5 per second. Look at the money go. So that means we can easily buy another 3 zombies, then soon to be another 3 again. And that's going to work well because we've already got 2 of the red zombies. We merge them all together, we're going to get a minor zombie that's a tier 3. I see how it works now. They've spit out different color balls depending on what they are. Obviously higher quality zombies give us higher quality balls. The basic zombie gives me 1, the red zombie gives me 3, the gray zombie gives me 18. So then when the timer runs down, there's a demon zombie we need to fight. Luckily, I've come armed with my simple crowbar, so I'm gonna murder this thing. Only 2400 HP to go. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There we go, look at that health drop, 6 at a time. No problem at all. We've even inspired the other guys to get in there and fight. Now we have 2 crowbars killing this thing. Look at this guy. He's got a tier 5 guard zombie. Luckily, the demon zombie is mostly tunnel vision on that guy, so I'm just going to sit here and stab him in the back. Turns out you can die. I'm going to go ahead and let them take care of demon zombie for now while I turn my balls into money. I guess since I've made $400 now, I might as well buy the pistol. I don't know if this is going to make any difference at all, but at least we can hit things from a distance now. The demon zombie, for some reason, has wandered into that guy's area, and I can't hit it from here, really. Luckily the demon zombie will come out and get me occasionally, so we're going to try and headshot it until it's no more. I'm going to do that by taking the high ground. I'm not sure if it can hit me up here. It doesn't seem to be able to, so we're just going to exploit this. We just about got it defeated now, and it's been a long time coming. I need much better weapons. It's dead. We get to absorb the money. Then it's back to work, collecting the ball pit, which is absolutely full, and spending a little bit of money, increasing our conversion rate. We're going to go 7 per second, and we're going to turn 800 things into money. So the highest zombie rank is 25 million zombies. That's definitely more than we have. But the more strong zombies we get, the faster we make money. So let's buy another 3 and then another 3 again. That's an additional 6 zombies. That was really expensive, but we can merge those all into now 1 miner, 2 tier 2s, and 2 tier 1. This thing's down to about 200 left, so we're going to top it up. 600 more to go, making money non-stop. It's still pretty cheap to buy one of these, and actually I'm pretty sure this is going to help us with a nice upgrade. Yeah, now we have 2 of those, so we're getting 36 per round. Because each one of these adorable morons gives us 18 points. And apparently somebody left money outside my door. I don't know why that happened, but I'm going to take it. Things are getting so expensive so quickly. But we're going to increase the rate up to maybe 10 per second. That's going to save me a little bit of time. We can already buy 1 more zombie. 2 more zombies. Not that they're going to add a lot of value, but all we need is 1 more, and then we do actually get quite a bit better value out of them. I can tell by the sound of silence that my thing stopped going, so we're going to have to put more stuff into it. Then we got 500 to go through, so that's going to give us some easy money. In the meantime, I'm going to buy another 3 zombies, and that means we're ready for another merge. So we have 2 tier 3s, 1 2, and 2 1s. I really need to find out what comes after the tier 3 though, because that's going to make me tons of money. Okay, at this point it's definitely worth it to buy 1 more zombie. That's going to merge into 2 of the blood zombies. Then suddenly we have a flame zombie to deal with. It sounds like someone over here has a machine gun already though, so that's probably going to help us take this thing down. For now, I'm mostly just going to sit over here where it's nice and safe and pot shot it, because they really take it down for me. Then when Starfire Idiot's HP starts to get low, I'm going to move in a little closer. That way we can take advantage of the money pile. It's like a pinata full of money. Then on the way back home, I'm going to murder a zombie. I didn't even notice the weapons up top before. Look at those things. I gotta look upwards more. $200 million for a pulse SMG? It's gonna be a long night. So after killing the flaming moron, we're gonna have 1.1 million things to transform into money. For now, I'm gonna get another 3 zombies, which is gonna make 1 more red, which is gonna make 1 more of those, which is gonna merge into some kind of new zombie that we've never seen before. I got a big. Bigs give me green balls worth 108. Yeah, that's much better. And every time I murder one of these zombies, I get about $37, which is actually a fair bit of easy money to scoop up from the ground. And I was only out there for a second, but I grabbed another 800 of those, so we're staying well ahead on our production. So I'm actually going to upgrade my rate probably up to about 15 if I can, because that's going to make it much quicker to sort through this. And since I have a little bit of money, we're going to start buying more zombies again, just so I can have a little bit more production. Really doesn't take long at all though. I've already got 3 of those, which is going to turn into 1 of the red ones. Only a few minutes later, and I can already afford another 3 zombies, which means another red one. And since money's going so quick, there's another 3 zombies, which is going to turn into another red, which means 3 reds to turn into the next one, so even more money coming in. And then because I'm impatient, we're going to upgrade our rate probably to 20, maybe even 25 per second. So these upgrades are getting expensive, but we're going to go up to 25 per second, that way I don't have to wait as long. Like, I want things moving so fast the entire universe breaks. And then it turns out we have a frozen zombie to deal with. I do like the way this works though. I go kill the frozen zombie and we make lots of money while I'm away doing it because my factory just keeps on working. And the frozen thing is dead and back to work. While I was away, we saved up $4,000, but I also got another $3,400 yet to come as soon as we process all of that. Then of course, as soon as I save up $5,400, 10 zombies. Look at them all. Can we even fit 10 there? It doesn't matter. Merge them all together. What do we got? Now we're getting more balls than ever before. We need more of these guys, but they're going to be so expensive. These are increasing by +2 every time we buy them now, so I'm going to boost it up to about, let's do 31 per second. Turns out there's a lot of tiers of zombies. A big is a tier 4. There's 17 tiers to go through. Look how many you need to get there. Very easily made $7,000, so we're going to get an SMG, which is going to make our zombie killing that much quicker and easier. Let's give it a test. Yep, that's definitely quicker than a pistol. And the ball catcher fills up really quickly now. So let's buy another 3 zombies and another 1 zombie and just merge those all into whatever it is I could possibly turn into. So 1 tier 4, 2 tier 3s, and 2 tier 2s. Actually, we're pretty close to getting another one of the bigs. Next, we have what's called an angelic zombie. I have a feeling it's weak to SMGs. SMGs only do 3 damage, but they fire very quickly. I think it's 4 with a headshot. Angelic thing is finally dead. Look at all the money. While I've been gone, we collected a whole bunch of balls. So that's going to turn into another $5,000. We got $6,000 to spend now. Then we spend $7,600 on another 10 zombies and they go up there. So then we're going to merge them all into 2 bigs, 2 bloods, 1 basic. But we're going to make points so quickly now with 2 bigs. And as soon as we get one more, we get what's after a big. I'm also going to increase the rate of this. We spent $200, now we get +3 rate. So I'm going to make sure that goes up to about 50 because we're going to need just lots to keep up. 52 per second. At the rate we're producing, that's going to make us tons of money. And another $9,000 that we're going to spend on another 10 zombies. That should get me another big and therefore whatever's after that. Nope, not quite. These guys are really getting expensive quickly. But we at least have 2 miners, so we need 1 more of them. Looks like we've circled the globe and we're back to a flame zombie. Okay, this is starting to be a little bit slower than I wanted to, so we're going to go ahead and buy a rocket launcher. There's no way I could possibly regret having a rocket launcher. Let's test it on this zombie. Well, it didn't one-shot it, but it did hit it pretty hard. Okay, let's see how it goes against one of these guys. I think I hit it really hard. Yeah, we're hitting it actually for big chunks of damage. It's hard to see because the rocket doesn't really fly, but we're definitely hitting it for 75 damage. Then we get all this beautiful money. And look at the ball pit since we've been gone. That's going to equal another $8,000 ready to go. But I think we're going to need to escalate a little bit to see what this has to offer. So we're going to make a few purchases for double resources. And double money is also very important. So we can use our $14,000 to buy another 10 zombies. Plus another 3 on top of that actually. So we got 13 zombies. We're going to merge them all together into a guard. That gives me 1,000 resources per ball. So once we combine that with our double earnings, we're going to make money stupidly fast now. Like I just put another 12,000 into the money machine. And speaking of which, we're going to have to upgrade that. We're up to 64 per second. I'm going to turn it up to like 100 if I can. And we can, 100 per second. Now it's just a matter of annoyingly paying for the zombies that are getting crazy expensive. But I mean, I can already merge into a new one of them. And the miner at this point is even giving us quite a bit. It's kind of insane that I've already saved up another $24,000. And it just keeps going and going and going up. Like there's $32,000 worth of money in that machine that's just got to process through. I really see now how big these numbers could get. And there's another 10 zombies. So once you merge them all together, we're going to have really big earnings because we have one of the bigs, one of the guards. Okay, so I'm going to spend a lot more money upgrading this some more. Maybe I can try and get it up to like 150 per second for a 50% increase. There we go, 150 per second. A single zombie now costs $1,600. 3 of them cost $5,000, which used to be a lot of money. Now it doesn't feel so bad. Like almost by the time we're done doing that and merging it, we've made another $5,000. And as we're about to start the next fight, there's $45,000 in that machine. But it's time to fight another frozen zombie. Luckily, I can just kind of run away continuously and shoot through my back. And by the time Frozen Zombie is dead, thanks to the hard work of strangers, I've got $75,000 in my bank account. Which is actually enough to buy 30, almost 50 zombies. Like, can I even fit that many? Is that going to allow me to buy that? I did also accidentally just buy 10 zombies because I'm jumping around like an idiot. So we're just going to buy another 30. And then another 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, they do. They just keep stacking up. All right, well, that's good to know. Then we're going to buy another 3. And then we're going to merge into, I'm not really sure. Okay, so we got 2 of those now, plus a blood. Then I have another $72,000 in the bank waiting to come out. So we're just going to increase this rate again a little bit. They're going up by 8 every time. It would be nice to get this up to about 250. That way every 4 seconds, it makes me $1,000. Which wasn't actually that hard to do. So every 4 seconds, $1,000 in my bank. And for killing a regular zombie, I get $300, which is kind of worth it as long as they're convenient. I've already made another $50,000 and I've been wandering in circles for like 10 seconds. And $80,000 is enough to buy the AR, which definitely fires big heavy bullets. I don't know if it's better than a rocket launcher. Yeah, it's definitely quicker overall for DPS. It kills those zombies quick. Definitely money well spent. I'm going to spend $20,000 upgrading the rate of this again. So now every 3 seconds it makes $1,000. Plus I've just realized I think it's actually giving double what it shows. So if we go one more time, we should be making $1,000 a second because we have double money. So it's only going to take 76 seconds to make $76,000. 95 seconds to make 95 grand. But I'm also kind of sick of collecting and putting, so we're just going to automatically do those. So now as soon as the balls hit the green goo, they go straight into the money collector. So let's spend $74,000 on another 30 zombies, a giant wall of zombies. We're going to merge those into whatever we can. 2 bloods, 1 big, and 2 of the whatever those are. And there's a frozen zombie coming in, so let's try our new DPS. We're going to try and get some headshots. I wonder if that person's trying to lure the zombie into their area. Yeah, look at the health go down. And this isn't even really a ridiculous weapon. This is just like a pretty average one. Yeah, it's taking no time at all to kill the zombie. It's basically like an SMG that does 3 times the damage. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how quickly we killed this thing. I can't wait to find the next weapons. And I've officially broken $100,000 for the first time. So let's buy another 30 zombies for 90,000, which makes a giant wall of them, and merge them all into 2 bigs and 2 guards. We quickly made another $100,000. There's another 30 zombies. Those are going to merge hopefully into something new. We did get a new one. We've got a pirate, and each ball it gives us is 4,000 points. Tier 6. Cool. So things are getting expensive. 10 zombies is $40,000. The next 10 are going to be another $40,000. I think my least favorite part of this is touching this button because it's so slow to continually walk over this and very expensive at this point. But I did stomp on this thing for long enough to get us to 1,000 per second there, so I'm making $2,000 per second now. So it takes no time at all to make the $80,000 we need for another 20 zombies that we're going to merge into whatever they turn into. After killing the last boss, we have $330,000, so that means we can actually buy almost 100 zombies. We'll settle for 50 for now. Then another 30, and that kind of has me curious as to how high we can make our tower of zombies. Like, that's pretty impressive so far. I wonder if we could just keep going endlessly. It definitely gets expensive fast though, so that might have to be a concept we explore later. For now, we're going to merge 1 billion zombies all into 1 or 2 or 3. I've also just realized I can afford the katana. I guess I already bought it. That's a weird tree of zombies. Let's see what the katana does for damage. 13. Okay, I'm pretty sure the AK is a lot better. I mean, we can hit lots of zombies with this, which is kind of interesting. Like, I can take down this whole horde pretty easily. But against bosses, it's going to be kind of weak, because I'll get close and I'll get hit, and I'm only doing 13 damage. But we don't believe in disappointment here on this channel, so we're going to see what the minigun does instead. I like how he holds it with one hand. Seems to be firing quicker. 9 damage, so it's basically like the AK on steroids. It fires 1 billion times faster for the same damage. And this kind of just feels right. This is getting stupid now. By the time I was done playing with my minigun, we made $220,000. So let's buy another 30 plus about another 10. Which gives me another tower of zombies, which when we merge them, looks something like that. And we're getting very close to a second pirate. Time for another boss fight. Let's see how they like miniguns. Okay, minigun pointed at head, go. Yeah, that's nice and quick. It's, definitely a lot quicker than anything we've used so far. And that makes me really excited for the weapons that are yet to come. Alright, so Frozen Thing is about dead. We're going to take a little bit of money and off we go. $500,000 to spend on another 50 zombies. Plus probably another 20 on top of that. Which once again makes a colossal tower. But putting them together and... oh, we actually got all the way to a soldier. He even glows. And his ball gets us 10,000. So it's basically $10,000 per drop. Oh, and this thing's going up by 25 per buy now. $5,000, but we get an extra 25 out of it. So I'm actually just going to stand here behind the upgrade sign and let it do its thing for a while. But I got it all the way up to $2,000 a second. We make double money, $4,000 every second. Ever wonder what 100 zombies looks like? We're about to find out. $760,000 just spent on a large tower of zombies. And we've already made enough for another 10. I just wanted to step back a little bit to see what that would look like from a distance, so everyone can see just how big my tower is. And by the time we're done with that, we can afford another 10 zombies, but we're also going to merge all of those together. That's like 120 zombies merged into what you see here. It's crazy how expensive they get. Like, they're making me a ton of money, but it's also really expensive to upgrade them now. Another $750,000 means I can buy this sniper rifle. Not sure if it's actually going to be better than the minigun, but 105 damage, it actually might be. It depends on how fast it fires. It's not overly quick, but 105 per shot is really strong. And I'm officially a millionaire for the first time, $1 million. So we're basically going to spend most of that on another 100 zombies, which is that many, and then we're going to merge them all again into whatever we can. We now have 2 guards, 2 big boys. Then I'm going to set on the upgrade button again for a little while. This gets really expensive now, costs $15,000 per upgrade. It gets us an extra 36, so if we touch that 3 times, that's well over an extra $100 per second. And a minute later, we're making $7,100 every second. So it takes no time at all to get another 100 zombie tower, which we can merge into who knows what. 1 pirate, 1 soldier. What's not a mistake is buying the demon hunter for 666. The sniper rifle was a little underwhelming. It would hit the boss really hard, but it was actually really hard to hit the boss. This thing, on the other hand, does 24 damage per bullet, and it fires really quickly, so this is obscenely strong. This is going to melt the boss. Then I'm also going to spend some much needed money buying another 50 zombies, because we need to get my production rate way up again. It's a demon zombie, that's perfect. So the combined might of everyone else's guns is doing that much damage, ours does this much. He's already down to 3/4 health. This gun is stupidly strong, he's down to half health. It takes such big bites out of his health, it's almost ridiculous. There you guys go. Saved up for a minute and I've got a cool $2 million to my name, so let's buy another 100 zombies plus another 50. And apparently they auto-merge at that point, so I've got a poison zombie now. And a poison ball is worth 21,000 times 2, so $42,000 for each one of this guy's balls. That's sadly still not quite enough to keep up with the money we're producing. But money comes quickly. There's another $1.2 million. I feel like we can just endlessly push these buttons at this point and get more and more zombies. There are, of course, these buttons we can press. Another 350 zombies? Yeah, why not? That gave us another soldier. So what happens if we keep pressing this button? I just pushed this 5 times, which should be good for about 1,750 zombies, so that pushed us into a heavy. That's even beyond poison. 46,000 per ball. That is a stupid amount, and we're getting double that, I think, so we're getting about 100,000 per ball. So our money is definitely finally getting away again. So what happens if I press this like a whole bunch more? So I pushed it another 10 times, which added 3,500 zombies, which gave me whatever this thing is. A tier 10 demon. That gives me basically 200,000 per ball. And it just looks a lot better than the other zombies. So I now have $3.2 million in my bank account and 4.8 million coming. So we're going to have about $8 million once that's all sorted out. And now every time I touch this button, we get a 358 increase. So I got to bump that up to $30,000 a second. Then I decided to buy a few more zombies, and that gave us a second one of those. So that means I think we can find out what's after that thing, which has cost us all of our remaining Robux. And that still wasn't enough to see what's after that. Things get so expensive. But we're also making such a stupid amount of money that I've now got the $10 million I need for the next weapon up here, which is a machine gun. I don't know if this is better than my other gun. It's definitely not. It's still really good, but the Demon Hunter thing is much better. Well, I guess it's not much better, but it is better because it kills a zombie this quickly, whereas the machine gun does it a little bit slower. Okay, I bought just one more time 350 zombies, and we got a gingerbread man with wings. But that's obviously very cool. Tier 11 with glowing balls. And each one of those are going to be worth 314,000 times 2, so 630,000. So every time I touch this button now, I get an extra 600 per second. Actually, that's doubled, so an extra 1,200 per second. So upgrades are up to about $250,000 each, so they're expensive, but we're now making $100,000 a second. And we're still producing more balls and we're converting into money, so we're pretty rich. A few short minutes later, and I've got $70 million, so that means we wouldn't have enough to buy the pulse sword. And that definitely looks pretty cool, but given how the last sword went, I don't have high hopes for this. It would have to do like 500 damage to make it worthwhile. That's only doing 17. So this is, it looks cool, but it's not going to be useful at all. So I'll just take my glowy boy and let this run for 6 months, then we'll see what we've got. Today, we need to collect and upgrade massive cannons. And with those giant overpowered cannons,
we need to murder chickens.
We need to murder a lot of chickens. As we're murdering these bumbling morons, we can upgrade our defenses or the cannons themselves. Since I have $30,000, we're going to buy some more level 1 cannons and merge them all together. Because obviously we're getting a little bit overwhelmed already. But we're going to fix that. You want some cannons? I'll give you some cannons. Level 4. 240 damage and $9,000 because I'm a winner. Is that enough to solve the chicken problem, or are we not done yet? Looks like to make it to the wall, so we're going to add just a few more little cannons. That should help push us over the edge. That seems to have solved our overpopulation problem. I can also just click on this to increase the damage of my level 1 cannon, but we're not going to have level 1 cannons for very long anyways. They'll just keep trying until they inevitably fail or succeed. Either way, we're just upgrading cannons the whole time. 480 damage. That's going to be a big gun for us. It's just non-stop upgrades and money in this game. I feel like we're fighting not the most intellectually able-bodied army. We also have upgrades for whatever these are, but they're very expensive. Cannon damage, decreased price, increased profit. We do somehow already have $240,000. We kind of just make money out of nowhere. While I'm smashing cannons together for upgrades, we're just making money in the background through murder. I'm also going to give my castle more HP now because they're clearly making a lot of money and need a little bit of defensive help. We also need better cannons. We have all level 4s and 1 level 5 at this point. The chickens are still hitting the wall, but not by much. I think in order to fix that, we're going to make 2 level 5s. That's going to turn into 1 level 6. That's 960 damage. It even changed color. And then we're going to buy a whole bunch more of these. These are all just level 2 by default now, so this level 1 can just probably go straight in the garbage where it belongs. I feel like it's only been a couple seconds. We made another $250,000. So I really like the rate at which we go. We already have another level 5 cannon we're going to put up top. This is probably enough to defeat the wave. There are 2 big chickens, but I'm not really that worried about the big chickens. They seem a little dumb. In fact, they just are a little dumb. And we are unlocking more upgrades for level 2 cannons already. I mean, we don't really need to do that, but we're going to anyway. You can just never have too much damage. Okay, I now realize that by clicking on this upgrade, we're not upgrading the cannons, we're buying level 2s. Soon we'll be able to buy level 3s, so it's less combining. Because obviously it's very hard work having to put these things together. Level 5s turn into level 6, level 6s turn into whatever this is, some kind of super cannon, a minigun. And now we're buying level 3 cannons, so there's much less combining. Like already we have another level 6, and 10 seconds ago level 6 was our strongest cannon. So the upgrades are coming stupidly quick. I can't even really keep up with what's happening, but what else is new? 2 level 6s make a level 7. We have 2 level 7s. The chickens can't even get to the wall right now. We'll put this level 4 to this one to make a level 5. We got some very big chickens up top, but they've got to get through all of this damage. And in fact, they might. Once it got to the wall, they destroyed it. They're obviously very strong, so we're going to give an extra 5% cannon damage across the board. And then, since we're making like $100,000 a second, we're just going to continue to buy and upgrade cannons. I need them all to turn blue right away, and then whatever's after blue. And they're sending in the Vikings, but the Vikings never had to fight miniguns. The next 5% damage is going to cost $25 million, so clearly the money is going to keep going up. That's a lot of idiots running toward me. But we're also making money at a stupid rate. Okay, the chickens have made it to my walls and they're doing some damage. We need better cannons. And we're also going to increase our profit by 5%. We really are making a lot of money just due to mass murder. There's another 500,000, so our upgrades are 5% cheaper. Individual cannons are costing a lot of money now. Luckily, I can literally just sit here. I'm exchanging time for cannons and I've got lots of time. One thing I can do right now is combine our level 7s into a level 8 for the first time ever. 4,000 damage, and it's a very fancy looking cannon. I think that also means, yeah, we can straight up buy level 4 cannons at this point, and they're so cheap. Like, we can buy all of those into a level 7, and we can still buy so many more. We can actually turn all of those into another level 8, so we're going to put those into level 6, and there's 2 level 8 cannons. That should be enough to keep the idiots at bay. Well, at least it was for a minute. We're clearly going to have to keep buying more cannons because they're getting strong. This is just the kind of game I can spend an absolute fortune and time on. Why, yes, I think I will upgrade my cannons some more. Thank you for asking. 3 level 8s. I'm not sure if it's better to have one super strong cannon or multiple lesser cannons. This one does 8,000 damage though. That also means we're buying level 5s. So combining level 5s is quickly going to escalate things quickly. Because we can just smash all those into another level 8 already. And if we want, we can actually combine those together and then the 2 level 9s into a level 10. That's got to be good. That's a milestone. 16,000 damage. And now we can buy level 6s. So we smash those together, we can start placing those on the board just to keep the idiots at bay. The chickens definitely get strong quickly though, because they're still making it to my wall and destroying it. Luckily I've got a plan on how to stop them. I'm just going to keep buying cannons until they can't go anymore. I did most of this wave forgetting to fill in some of the blank spots with cannons, so I think we're probably getting pretty strong. That's the boss, and we turned him into a coin. I think with all the cannons we have on board already, we can already make a level 11. 32,000 damage, it's got 2 turrets. So we're just going to let it work for a second. I want to see how strong this is by itself. So far, it's actually enough to do this. It's defending the wave single-handedly up until this point. Even the boss, it's destroyed the boss. We can give our walls a little bit more defense. It's actually almost doing this wave entirely by itself. Well, let's give it a little support. We're already buying tier 7. So we'll give it some help with a tier 10, then we're going to buy some more 7s. Plus a 9, plus an 8. We can even throw a 6 down there, and that's enough to really destroy the wave. And we actually made the $25 million we needed to get our next upgrade, so we can increase profit 10%. Well, the turrets are costing $1 million each at this point, but we can spend $25 million and more damage at the same time. The game's trying to convince me it's giving me a gift by giving me a level 4 turret once in a while. I just throw them straight in the garbage. We're buying up to level 7. And it's nice of them to make them glow when I pick them up, because numbers are hard. But we're just going to keep the upgrade train rolling. Number 9, 10, 11. 2 11s make it level 12. That's just one big turret, but it does 68,000 damage. So I feel like it's going to do some damage all on its own. We're going to upgrade our HP a little bit just to counteract the chicken damage. I'm also going to decrease the price for upgrades because we buy a lot of those, so every little bit's going to help. We're buying level 8 turrets now. These basically instantly turn into world-destroying turrets. Yes, they do cost $1 million each, but we're making like $1 million a second. It's just so satisfying. It's just non-stop upgrades and whatever this is. We should probably find out what comes after 12. It's gonna be 13, but we need to see what kind of turret it is. It's that thing. It comes with a handle. We're getting a wide variety of enemies coming at us. We have wizards with maces, we have knights, and barbarians with cleavers. This one only has one eye. We're making hundreds of millions of dollars now, so we're feeling pretty rich. With the damage we're putting out right now, we are destroying pretty much everything single-handedly. Like, that's not going to be a problem. He didn't even get the honor of dying before the victory thing showed up. I want to find out what a level 1 million cannon looks like. I kind of want an auto combiner at this point, that way I can upgrade even faster. But we have 2 level 13s, so we get a level 14 now. That's got to do some real big damage. 270,000 and level 10s at the base, so we're gonna have a lot of damage going out, and that very well might be enough to absolutely destroy this wave single-handedly. There's even a big Viking boss. Again, we had victory before he was defeated, so we clearly don't have much faith in him. I feel like it won't be very long before we find out what's beyond level 14. I already have a level 13 sitting here, so it's just a matter of putting the appropriate parts together, and then we get a level 15. And that's probably going to change color again. It's still red, but it does 540,000 damage. I like how the game keeps giving me level 5s. Like, I get level 11s out of the crates now, so we don't really need their charity. Like, they're giving me a level 7. It's got to be a joke. They're just making fun of me at this point. I thought it'd be fun to build up to the point where cannons cost $154 million each. And then look at the difference between a single level 15 cannon against this wave. It naturally gets quickly overwhelmed. The difference between having that and all of these cannons, suddenly we're absolutely pushing the chickens all the way back. And that's helping me earn some money again, but we're fighting the chickens so bad that like they're hardly even spawning in at this point. And from there, I guess we can do something fun to find out what's next. Level 16. It's a yellow one with antennas. And that one officially does over 1 million damage by itself, and that means we're buying up the level 12s. And we're officially billionaires. I didn't even notice from all the dying. We're gonna need more profit. $1.13 billion, but that'll pay for itself in no time. Okay, we're gonna smash our 15s together into a 16, then we're gonna put our 16 together to find out what comes next. 2.16 million damage from a single tower. Today this video is really just about learning to count. And for those of us that have a vendetta against chickens. Look at all the colorful idiots. They're getting so strong, but we're still being stronger. We also need to spend more billions of dollars on damage. So our level 17 is doing 2.5 million damage. We have 2 level 17s that was easy enough to defeat that wave. We also need to get our next upgrade for decreased prices. Now upgrades are going to come faster than ever. Before spending more money on more, we're going to combine our 17s into an 18. That's going to be that looks kind of like a vacuum cleaner. And like a vacuum cleaner does 5 million damage. I really wouldn't mind if the game wanted to stop giving me gift cannons because they tend to be way under leveled. Like even now I've got a level 12 turret on my wall that's actually got to go because it's just garbage at this point. And then we're going to put those two 18s together to make it even stronger. 19, almost 10 million damage. That means we're getting 15 levels when we're buying them. $1 billion really doesn't feel like that much anymore. I don't even have a full wall of cannons at this point. I forgot to fill that space. But we have $3 billion. We can just sit back and relax and watch them die endlessly. The next upgrades are going to cost $53 billion, so we definitely have some grinding to do. But it won't take that long. At the rate we're making money and killing things, we already have a level 20 turret. This one comes with a face, 20 million damage. That's awfully dangerous. That also means we have a lot of high level towers. Plus we have a nice color scheme going on, and that's very satisfying. I've hardly even noticed all the chickens dying. I'm just having fun combining things. Cannons are getting a little bit expensive at $8 million, but it's worth it. We get to find out what comes after 20. Giant 21. 40 million damage. And now when you buy them, we're getting level 17s. So we've already got another level 20, and then a level 19 and a 17. We should probably spend some money upgrading our castle walls. We can afford it. Remember a second ago when I said we had some grinding to do to get $53 billion? Well, we're already halfway there, and we just spent all of our money. I guess I'm just really good at matching numbers and combining towers. Wave 21 seems to be a little bit stronger. Pretty sure I know how to fix that. We're going to spend $53 billion in profit increase, and then rack up even more billions of dollars to buy more towers with. We can smash all those together, so then we get 2 level 21s. If we put them together, we should get a level 22 that does 80 million damage. That also resets the price of towers, so they're back to only 700 million. Even now, they're only $2 billion, and that's actually a very good deal. Then we combine all our remaining towers, and suddenly the wave doesn't seem nearly so intimidating. But it is getting to the point where we have to do just a little bit of grinding to be able to mow down the chicken army. And the massive upgrade can be as simple as buying 5 new towers. Because we can combine them all into a single level 20, we combine it with an existing one, we have another level 21. Which is a huge tower. Also, when did we get $100 billion? We're going to upgrade cannon damage and prices. Probably should have done that the other way around, but just play it backwards in your mind. Towers are up to $15 billion each, so those aren't particularly cheap anymore. But I did get another level 20, so that's another level 21, and we're going to use these two, so our wall just got a lot stronger. Okay, I think it's time we find out what comes after 22. Should be 23, and double the damage. 188 million from a single tower. And that reset the prices a little bit. Now we're buying level 19s. So we can really cheaply and quickly buy brand new towers. They're going to do a ton of damage. And what's crazy is level 15s used to be way stronger than anything we had. Now we're throwing them in the garbage. Just like I do with anything I forget about for more than 10 seconds. But those most recent upgrades are absolutely destroying even Wave 21. The chickens haven't crossed the 3rd square yet. Now they're starting to get somewhere thanks to that big idiot. He made it to the wall, then subsequently died a horrible, horrible death. They'll probably defeat me here, but we're getting very close. And I've got time to grind this out. We're going to combine these into a 22. That's going to help me out in a big way. That also gave me hundreds of billions of dollars. I see now that leveling up gets me a lot of money. I know it's been very obvious to most of you in the comments up until this point, but I'm incredibly stupid, so I don't see these things often. So even behind the scenes over here, I combined up to a 21. That's going to get us a 22. And to another 23, let's go straight up to a 24. 400 million damage, and it's got 3 barrels. That should mean things are a little bit cheaper. We're buying level 20s. So that means we can very quickly throw some level 22s forward. And that means we're decimating the chicken army again, and we just got a massive upgrade. Look at all these level 20s that quickly become a level 23 that we're going to add to our wall. And we really don't need it. We just destroyed that wave. I didn't even notice we were destroying it that badly, and here we are. Okay, we're going to turn the 22s into a 23. We're going to throw the 21 up at the wall. And then we're going to sit back and laugh as they all die a horrible death while we sit happily behind our safe walls. I guess while we're at it, we'll see what comes after 24. Almost a billion damage. 3/4 billion damage from a single tower. And that reset the prices again. And of course, upgraded what we get coming out of there. So there's an easy 23, which turns into a 24. I never noticed things like the triple barrels actually fire 3 at once. That's going to be pretty good for killing chickens. I just combined some towers and it leveled me up. So we're officially trillionaires. I think that might be a new chicken, but I haven't been paying particularly close attention. Whatever it is, he's very tough. And we seem to just ignore him suddenly. Guys, he's destroying our wall. There we go. And that's another wave defeated, as long as we can kill this little nugget. Alright, well, we made that look easy, so naturally we're just going to keep adding damage. Alright, so we're very quickly going to add another 24 to our lineup. You know what? Let's add another 25. Let's face it, we can afford it. We're going to throw that one away. We're going to throw that one away just because we're filthy rich. Then we're going to put a 23 up here. I'm just kidding. We're going to combine those into a 24 and let them sit there. And then you know what? We're going to sit back and relax and let the game grind itself up some money for a while. You'd think $1 trillion would get us an unreasonable amount of upgrades. It really won't buy us more than a few towers at this point, but those few towers really can make a difference. Well, we're going to combine our 225s into a level 26. That's got to be 1.5 billion damage. And to reset our prices again, now we're buying level 22s. So level 21s we're just going to throw away, and that seems insane. So now the lowest tower on my wall is a 24, and those are now actually already gone. So we're going to have 2 26s, and we're going to find out what's after that. 3 billion damage for whatever this thing is. That single-handedly, that's one-shotting chickens. Plus we have $5.5 trillion. So we're going to increase our profit and get cheaper upgrades. Probably going to buy more towers because I don't think one is going to cut it. But that already gave us another 25, 24, and 23. And so far, that's good enough to destroy everything. And we're going to combine it into a 26. I do think it's worth it to continually upgrade every time they double in damage. So by the time they've upgraded 2 levels, they're infinitely stronger than before. Like a level 20, it wouldn't even be worth it to throw it out on the wall. Compared to those, its difference would be negligible. These 4 towers we currently have might be enough to actually finish off this wave. And that's saying something, because these waves are getting strong. I'm going to upgrade it just to get some health back. Chickens are going to win, but just... oh, we did win somehow. Alright, well they did destroy our wall, but apparently not. We won and were defeated, all at the same time. And for leveling up there, for creating a 25 level tower, we got $13.5 trillion. So we're getting an extra lots of damage. That, I think, actually doubled our damage, because we really needed the help. So 26 is 27, we're going to make a 28 level tower, 8 billion damage from a single tower. Now we're buying level 24s from this store, and we got a level 27 already in support. Plus we've leveled up yet again, so we're going to make 27s. That means we're going to go beyond to 28 already. 16 billion damage from that thing. Pretty sure level 23 is going to be garbage because we're buying 25s. And we've cleared the wave without even trying, and we have another 28 already. Cannons are costing over $1 trillion each, but we can afford it. And we leveled up again, so we've now got $100 trillion. We're also going to make a level 30 tower. This is going to be absurd. 32 billion damage. But even that's not strong enough to do it on its own, so we're going to buy level 26s and smash them all together. Okay, we've already combined them all, so we're already making level 31 tower. I don't know why upgrades are coming so easy suddenly, but we have a crystal thing. 64 billion damage out of that. Obviously, the waves are still getting pretty strong, but so are we. We're buying level 27 towers, and these are upgrading stupidly quick. Because already we have a level 32 tower. We haven't even seen the 31 tower work, but we have a 32, 130 billion damage. And now, of course, we buy 28 straight from the shop, so we can actually get rid of those. We're going to throw some 30s on the wall to help give it a little bit of support for a second. While its damage is high, we really just need raw numbers of eggs going out to help defend us. I'm also going to buy increased profit, buy a lot. The next upgrade is 5.86 AA, which I think is quadrillion. I'm also going to buy decreased price and more damage. So our level 32 cannon is currently doing 200 billion damage. And I feel like that's still not good enough. So let's find out what's after that. Tier 33, 400 billion damage. And that means we've unlocked more cheap upgrades, so there's another 32 going out already. We're quadrillionaires. And that means we've already put together enough towers to make a level 34. 773 billion damage, and we cleared the way without even trying. That of course means we're buying tier 30 towers, so if we buy one round, we get a 33. So all we have to do is buy one more round of those, and we can already upgrade everything to a 35. 1.5 trillion damage, and it fires a burst of 3 at a time, and it looks like it's one-shotting everything in front of it. So what comes after 35? Upgrades are coming so quickly. 3.09 trillion damage, and it fires quickly. I added a few supporting towers to give a hand, and so far so good. We're absolutely destroying even wave 28. But what we really need to find out is what a tier 37 cannon looks like. It looks like a jet engine, and it probably acts somewhat the same. I'm not even really sure what I just did, but we now have a 38 cannon. 12.4 trillion damage. That seems like plenty. But what's even better is the next level, 25 trillion damage. And you know what? Why stop there? Tier 40 tower, 50 trillion damage. It looks like the world's most dangerous pair of binoculars. And now we're buying tier 36 towers from the shop. This seems so unfair to the chickens. Because in fact, it is. But we're going to let the game run like this for a year, come back and collect our quintillions of dollars and upgrade into further madness. You see these little numbers at the bottom? We're going to make them a lot bigger. Because every time we break one of these magnificent brown pieces of art, they turn into crumbs and we get paid for those. If I want, I can help the crusher by clicking on them a little bit to break them up. But at the same time, we can just buy more speed. Faster that thing turns, the more it's going to crush it up. But we're already spent all of our money. And I feel like we mostly just made the rocks bounce a little more than anything. I didn't realize I had already leveled up, so I should probably actually be collecting the money from that. We can also increase power. The first upgrade is $20, the second is $71, but we're getting more megawatts out of this. So we'll go ahead and bring it up to 3.4 megawatts and we unlock some new rocks. I think that happened when I leveled up, but now the crumbs from the coal should be worth even more because everybody loves coal. And I got money for getting a level and earning $200 and doing stuff, and we leveled up again, so I think we get new ore again. I just need to remember to touch everything that lights up as it lights up, otherwise we'll fall behind. Look at all my money though, $2,700. We can bring the power way up. We're going to do that all the way up to 8 megawatts. We got over twice the power now, so we're really crushing those down. We leveled up, we got a new ore. It is a square ore. Bet you didn't think you'd be spending any time watching rocks get crushed today, but here we are. I realized also that we can scroll, so we can actually get a percent of crystal chance. $338, 1% chance of a crystal. And we're already ready to level up again, 675. No new ore, but we do have a crystal chance. And we can also increase our tooth size from 10 meters to 11 meters. Eventually, they'll just be enormous mountains that just crush everything down there. For now, they're just baby spikes. We got our first crystal to show up. That's got to be worth a lot. Once it works its way down there, it's kind of jamming up. But we need to increase our revolutions minute per. That's all the way up to 17 now. Let's turn that up to 18. The faster that's turning, the better. We got a second crystal already too. All the crumbs went in. Look at all that money. So we're going to reward it with even more speed again. And we got a new ore. It's only $1,100 for the next crystal chance. We're starting to make money pretty good, so that's actually going to make a pretty big difference. Between that and the lava ore, we're in good shape. I am interested to check out this nuclear bomb option for $20,000. That's not even that far away. Normally I have to work much harder to do that kind of destruction. Okay, I think we need more power. We're clearly getting some strong stuff, 9.3 megawatts. We need to be able to crush those rocks down in an instant. The brown stones that we started with, they're getting wrecked. The stronger stones are the ones that are starting to bounce around and trouble us. Leveled up again, level 7, $1,500 for our hard work. Do we need bigger teeth? We probably need bigger teeth. We're going to go ahead and upgrade it to 12 meters, so we're 20% bigger than where we started. I'm hoping those do extra damage when they touch stuff as well. Speed's going up to 20. I'm going to help it out by cracking it a little bit. I'm just going to click away all up here. It really is the most fun you can have with rocks. And it does actually work pretty good. If I can get them out of their initial big form, they break into 3 smaller ones. The grinder takes them pretty quickly from there. Getting pretty consistent crystals at this point. We leveled up. We got a gold ore now. Might also be a lemon. I'm not really sure. What I'm sure of is that we have $5,000 to spend on more power. We're getting over a megawatt per upgrade at this point. So we'll spend the rest of our money. We're up to 16.2 megawatts, so we're really crushing things quick. And we're getting much more valuable colors, yellow and red mostly. Another level up. This thing turned yellow. There's another $1,700. This one's getting close. Wow, we're suddenly making money really quickly. $13,000 more power from 16.2 megawatts all the way up to 28.4. It's so much stronger. The ore just rains in at this point. We need more power. One more, so up to 33 megawatts. Yeah, it just rains down. The colors are so addictive. $2,500, we're going to upgrade speed hopefully 3 times, soon to be 3 times. We just need to keep funneling that ore into the center where it gets crushed efficiently. We get $15,000 because we crushed 210 things. So now we're starting to get some fun options like stronger gravity because we have control over gravity itself. $10,000, we're going to go from 10 per meter square to 10.6. That's just going to keep things from bouncing more than they have to, like and keep everything pushing downwards towards the teeth and grinders. We leveled up again, we got a new ore and $5,000. We can actually add another tooth on the shaft, which is something I didn't think I would say today, but we're going to go ahead and throw another one of those on there, and hopefully that makes a big difference. While we're at it, tooth size up, so they're 30% bigger than where they started, and hopefully that's enough to start busting down that ore quickly. Quickly made another few $1,000s. We can get even more speed, keep everything breaking up all the faster. We keep getting jam ups right here where something just is really hard and is not really touching anything, so it's actually efficient for me to just click away right here and it breaks down anything that's plugging up the hole. Pretty sure what we need is more power to keep stuff breaking down faster. They just bounce around and don't get broken down fast enough. That added like 4 megawatts of power. So the next one should do the same. That actually, yeah, those are about 5 per upgrade, and that's a huge increase to power. Now we can create our beautiful crumbs even quicker. We got $19,000 for earning $13,000, which did give us enough for the nuclear bomb. I'm not really sure when we're going to click on it. It said 20 seconds initially, so we might have a nuclear bomb going off every 20 seconds. We've leveled up again for about 8 grand. So I'll make the tooth size bigger again. They're going to get bigger here. Like they'll suck more stuff downwards and break it up quicker, hopefully. I think we got one. Nuclear bomb showed up and it broke everything down into bits. That works great. So we're going to add to that a little bit of speed, 2 extra RPM, and we'll just sit back and relax and let the chaos ensue. And we have another nuke showing up, so we explode that, and look how much better that is. But even when it's in sloppy gravel mode, it's still not going through quick enough, so we need more power clearly. And a little more speed. There's another nuke, so we blew it up and we turned everything back into gravel. I still feel like we're missing power because we're still getting stuff bouncing around too much, so more power it is. That was a huge increase. We've also leveled up again, so we got a new ore, and that one's made of fossils that are probably very rare. Probably also very valuable to science and history and stuff, but we're going to crush it up for profit. And since we've got so much for that, we're going to upgrade power. We're going to go from 57 to 65 to 75. From 57 to 75 megawatts of power. Plus, we get $40,000 because we spent 5 minutes in game. I'm quite sure it's been more than that, but I'll take it. And when we earn another $9,000, we're going to get about 50 grand. So I think logically, we're going to add another tooth. That upgrade's expensive enough, that's got to be worth it. We're going to make them all bigger. And now we don't have to earn actually maybe nothing at all, and we're going to get 23,000 and 46,000. And then we're going to actually increase the price. We're currently getting $1 per piece, probably for the basic one, $10 per piece. Did we just 10 times our income? I sure hope we did. That would be crazy. Yeah, it looks like we did. We're making many thousands of dollars every couple of seconds now. There's an easy 17,000 plus 9. And for 70,000, we can get our first gearbox upgrade. It's a 1-to-1 ratio right now. You'll turn that up, and okay, it slows down, but I think gives a lot more power. Basically, speed goes down, torque goes up. Fairly certain. So we'll just increase the speed to make up for that again. Might as well increase the ore quality chance so we can get more diamonds. The next upgrade is expensive. Hopefully the diamonds are still valuable at this point in the game. Oh, power jumped all the way up to 151. Okay, so it's actually demonstrated here. Lots more power, much less RPM. So we're gonna need more power. Also, yes, some RPM, but we're gonna level up. We got another new ore.
A super lemon.
But we definitely probably need our speed going back up. We made $50,000 again already. The game just wants me to get upgrades. Well, for now, we took it back up to about 20 RPM and we're definitely making money. The next price increase is going to cost 3.7 million, so it's going to take a second. Though we did just get 100 grand for earning 66 grand. I like when I earn money for earning money. We have $132,000. That's all going to power. That'll take us from 174 megawatts to 612. That's well over 3 times the power, and it shows. We are absolutely chewing through the ore now. Even the super lemons are getting mulched up pretty quick, and they're worth a huge amount of money. I just realized that some of these are adjustable. Like I could put the speed way back up again if I want to, but that turns our power down to half of what it was. Not sure why you'd want to slow some of those down, but maybe there's a point to it. Otherwise, you might not have the option to do it. We've crushed another 220 for 80,000. So let's make the tooth size bigger. Let's add another tooth. Let's increase our gravity again. I really just feel also like we can't have too much power. We're getting 100 megawatts per level now. And I managed to set up a nuke there just in the nick of time, so we got a bunch of sloppy gravel again. Maybe we just have lots of power and really big teeth. That will somehow work very well. We're going to upgrade those to 17 meters. Oh, and because we somehow spent another 5 minutes in game, 150,000. We leveled up, so we got a new ore, a nice red gem, and 60 grand. Here I was thinking that 3.7 million was going to be impossible to get, but that's actually not that far away. Especially with new gems coming in and all the new power we're about to get. 300 grand worth of power takes us from 810 to 2400. We've tripled our power. I feel like we need more nuclear bombs. So we're going to upgrade that twice. That's down to, I guess, 41 seconds. That's how often it spawns. The nuke just went off and that feels so much better. It's just pouring money down onto the conveyor. So naturally we need a little more power. We're up to 3200 megawatts. I don't really know what that translates to, but it seems like it's a lot. Enough to make us lots of money. And level up got us 90 grand, which means we can increase our speed probably quite a lot. That was a 20% increase. Wow, that actually hurt the game. It is slowing down so much with that Duke. Look at all the money though. I feel like it only took a few seconds for us to make another 200 grand, so more power, up to 5,000 megawatts. We'll increase the speed a little bit too. Maybe we'll increase the ore quality while we're at it, because that was a reasonably cheap upgrade and we like our crystals here. We got $1.16 million for spending another 5 minutes in game. And then if I buy one more upgrade, like more power, that'll put us to 5.7 megawatts. We also got paid for that, 100 grand. Our next objective is to earn $183,000. Like we've already earned 1/10 of that. I guess I'm just really good at crushing rocks. We've also leveled up again. We got $131,000, so we get to crush the moon. All right, there's another 700 grand just about, so up to $2.2 million. I've determined that for the sake of progress, we're going to use the auto clicker for a little assistance at this point. That's going to help us turn everything into lots of little gravels. Then if I just do nice gentle circles over here and also touch the nuke, the game can lag really badly. I'm actually going to turn the auto clicker off for a second because the computer is not liking this. Set off another nuke, which is always just very satisfying. We liquefy those rocks. This rain of liquid rock should about level me up. Because it did, I got 200 grand, but I also got this over here, 1.3 million, which means we have 4.3 million in total. Which means we can upgrade our price from $10 a piece to $100 a piece, so we should have 10 times the earnings. And that does appear to be the case because we've already made $1 million. So I think what we're going to spend this 1.2 million on is more power from 5.7 thousand kilowatts to 35.2 thousand. Yeah, that's 7 times as much power as we just had. That helped us level up again very quickly, 300 grand and a new gem. Since we're making all this money, let's increase gravity a bunch. Hopefully get those rocks pushing downwards better with less bouncing. There's another nuke we can set off. We can also increase the tooth size several times from 17 to 19 meters. Because we leveled up, we also got $2.5 million. Which means we can make our tooth size even bigger. We're actually at max already, 20 meters. But I can see that is helping lots of the little bits get down into the center where they belong. So we're gonna add a few more teeth while we're at it. That's better. I can't believe we made $2 million already. So that's going to translate into power. 40,000 megawatts turns into 220,000 megawatts. Definitely enough to send a whole bunch of this stuff through in a big hurry. And if I'm understanding this correctly, we're about to hit level 21, which I think means we can do the next gearbox coefficient. So we should be able to turn it into a 3-to-1 for extra power. We also got 24 upgrades, so 2.4 million, and we've earned $1 million, so there's 1.6 million. So we have 5.5 million. So if we want to turn the gearbox up, that turns our power from 217 to 330,000 power. It does move slower, but that's why we invented speed. So we can just push that a bunch of times, and then we're going faster than ever, 25. And we've still got $3.1 million left over, plus we're getting $17 million because of all the upgrades we're buying, plus another $10 million because that pushed our earnings up. Plus the game is lagging. I don't really know the best upgrades to make the most money that quickly right now. I guess just any upgrade works because getting a level gives us a lot of money. One of my objectives was using a boost. I didn't really need the money from that in particular, but I wanted the space from the extra quest. And we also leveled up and have oranges now. We have to use 2 boosts, which is annoying. It's only going to give us 15 grand, but it will give us a 3rd objective. These 2 just gave us a lot of money. We've already leveled up again. That gave us a flat $1 million. We got another 24 million here. And now when the nuke goes off, the game really lags. I used the 2nd boost, which gave us a ×10 boost, which leveled everything up, which means we have a new level in ore again. And wouldn't you know it, there's another nuke. We'll set that off and then we'll watch the money flow down. I think the logical thing to do at this point is spend $120 million on power upgrades, because I need the rocks to touch the grinder and turn into little things immediately. So we're going to go from 325,000 megawatts. I feel like this is going to go a long ways up. This was more clicking than I thought it would be. But we went from 325,000 up to, it's still going. We're into the hundreds of billions of power. 325,000 to 884 billion. That's quite an increase. And we got our upgrades worth out of that. So we got another $18 million rebate. I think we need more gravity to keep everything pushing downwards. The gems are actually holding us back at this point. They keep clogging it up and I'm not sure they're worth it. But we'll put a few more teeth on this thing and that'll help keep the little stuff going down. And we also hit a nuke, so we're really going to filter that stuff in there now. Another new ore. Since we upgraded power a lot, got a pretty good increase. Let's spend $23 million on speed upgrades. That could take us from 25 RPM. This might be counterproductive. Up to 45 RPM. Those things are really going now. Yeah, it's really spitting the crumbs through though. Because we got the upgrades, we got 160 million plus the 2 boosts gave us 300 million. Plus we got the earnings again from that for another 20 million. So now when we use the nuke, it's maybe actually going to work better because we're spitting the things through quicker because of our excessive speed. It's actually spitting the rocks back up. And we're crushing so many objects that we just got those. But that's enough money to get us $1,000 per piece. So we get 10 times earnings again. So we just spent 240 million, but we have $320 million in the bank. So given we have all this speed, we're going to need more teeth. How many teeth can we fit on there? These are getting expensive. But we'll buy a few more gravities. That was 20 million. Okay, gravity's getting expensive again. Do we just buy more power? I guess we could buy more power. We're into the apparently quadrillions of megawatts. I feel like we skipped over trillions, but I won't tell if you won't. We're making millions of dollars per second at this point, and we leveled up and got a new ore, so money went up again. We clearly have the power. We still need more speed. We're going to spend $100 million just on speed. That took us from 45 to 67 RPM, so that's actually a 50% increase in speed again. It's almost just like a red laser now. So then when we hit the nuclear button, we are absolutely smashing things down through the gap. We can actually increase our nuclear option by quite a lot too. Every 27 seconds now we get a nuke. Now I feel like we need more gravity because the things are spinning so fast, they're like bouncing the rocks around. So let's go ahead and force a bit of gravity into the situation to hopefully keep them down. We are officially billionaires and we got a new ore again. So let's add more high-speed teeth. This one's going to cost $600 million by itself. And I think what we really need here for $800 million is more speed. So that'll take us from 67 RPM using an auto clicker to 103 RPM. Now when we use a nuke, everything should filter through there nice and quick. And I guess to be fair, now we need to spend the next $2 billion on power. But that'll take us from 5.1 Qs to 113 capital S's. I don't really know what that means either. It's just a really, really big number. And for doing all that, we got $4 billion for some reason and a level up. Plus another $2 billion for crushing objects, which we're getting pretty good at. We get 5 billion just for using boost. We're actually crushing the rock so efficiently now that we're starting to actually run out of things to crush. I guess I could turn the gearbox up again. That's only $28 million. It's a 4-to-1 now, but the power went up, the speed went down, but we have lots of speed anyways. And we got another new ore, even more valuable. Saving up another $27 billion. We're going to increase the price for 15 billion, so now we're getting 10,000 per piece, so our earnings are 10 times what they just were. So we're making not quite $50 million a second, but reasonably close to it. So we'll maybe spend the next $18 billion on speed upgrades. So we'll go from 77 RPM all the way up to 150 something. Well, we over doubled our RPM. And we unlocked a new ore. Yeah, the spiky teeth things are just, they look like saw blades now. While we're at it, we might as well spend another $2.3 billion on power, so we're up to 7.1 N. And we're making so much money at this point that like I think we're making money faster than I can even buy these upgrades. And I don't even really know what to do with the money at this point. Like, should we just increase gravity to hopefully force everything down against the crusher and just shoot it down? That did actually seem to work reasonably well, but the gravity upgrades are very expensive. But everything is forced straight down. So let's buy a little more gravity for 15 billion and try the nuke. And then, yeah, everything's spinning downwards very efficiently. So we probably need more speed for $8 billion. Wow, that went quickly. 173 RPM. We definitely succeeded in making a really, really, really big number. In fact, many of them. So we'll go back to this in 100 years and see what happens.